What's good? What's good, everyone? Yeah. And no, this ain't the same fucking shirt. I know I always wear this black tank. It's not the same fucking tank top. It's a different one. I just got a whole bunch of these because I like wearing these tank tops. So, yeah. Cause some of you niggas probably like, oh, this nigga hasn't showered in like 1 month because he. No, it's the same fucking. It's the same shit. I just changed a different one. But what's good with everyone? What's good with everyone? I want to talk about you not needing anything and why you don't need anything and why it's like pointless. And you already know there's gonna be some stupid motherfucker. Oh yes, you do need. You do need. Obviously, bitch, I need oxygen. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to talk and do this video. I need fucking clothes. Otherwise, I'm gonna get fucking thrown in jail for a decent exposure. So use your common fucking sense, you stupid fuck. I need voice. I need language so I can make this video and communicate. I need my fucking fingers. Otherwise, I won't have a finger and I'll be disabled. I need my asshole so I can take a shit and get the fucking shit out of my motherfucker. Some of you niggas need an asshole for other shit I don't want to go into, but you get my fucking drift, you fucking idiot. So dumb. Oh, you sick? You don't need like I hate all you see all these dumbass people like they like to get all fucking deep and shit. Not even deep. They just like to get all weird and like they always think that it's weird that they'll be like, um, all these other spiritual people they like to sit here and act like you don't need money or like nobody said you don't need money or nobody said you can get whatever the fuck you want. So there's some niggas who need fucking I don't know they need Lego toys because they like collecting it. I'm not telling you. I'm just telling you what I don't need and what most anybody who resonates my channel because this channel is only for my people and for people I fuck with. That's it. If you're not people I fuck with, then I don't even know why you're on my fucking channel because I don't speak to the general audience. I don't give a fuck about the general audience. I don't give a fuck about general opinion or any of that. It doesn't even it doesn't phase me. It has nothing to do unless you got something to help me with or give me or do something for me. I don't give a fuck about your opinion. You're not paying my bills. If I was kicked out on the street right now, nobody's gonna be there. So why the fuck would I talk to people I don't give a fuck about? So if it doesn't resonate with you, don't watch the video. So I'm only talking to those I fuck with. So yeah, you need to detach from every fucking thing in this life. You don't have to, but if you don't, it's just gonna be a problem. You see what I'm saying? Like you got people out here that complain about like, and it's funny the people that like to act like you, like you'll have people that would be like, you do need things. It's good to be of the world and have things, but these are the same people who don't have shit and then they spend their whole life, their seconds, minutes, and hours of their life trying to get shit they never get. So it's like you see somebody going out telling you you need to go work a job or work a 9 to 5, but yet they're living check to check. They can't even eat decent food. They'll say, "Oh, people on EBT, they eat better than me." Bitch, but you work. How's a person on EBT eat better than you and you're working? But then you tell them to work. Why should they go work? So they can not be able to eat how they eating? So like you're making it really not look good to be working because you can't even afford shit. So the people who like to say the shit the most, those are the people who like they don't even have and they're struggling in life. So then they feel like they can talk and all this shit. This shit is weird. And then I notice the individuals in my life that I see, the ones that don't need shit, they're the ones who have the most shit, or not even have the most shit, but shit comes in and out of their life quicker. Versus the people who talk about it so much. Oh, you need to be about your money. You need to be about this and that. Like you have these dumb fucks out here talking about manifestation and money and shit, but then they don't have any. And then when you look at the actions they do, it's like it doesn't support getting that. Like they'll talk like you see what I'm saying. Like it's just weird. How you like you have to. It takes action. It takes like because people want to talk about manifestation. Manifestation is really not a good thing. It's an infestation of man. So what's men? Men is thoughts. Men is fucking just man. That's man? An infestation. So it's not about man. It's not about manifesting. You want to like be able to bring something in reality, which takes action, takes work, takes doing something. If I actually go out and do something, that's not manifesting. That's actually getting off my ass and doing it. And the only thing you should be doing is being yourself. That's it. I'm not gonna try to do anything. When you try too hard or you try something, it doesn't work out. That's why everyone you see that's a failure, they're trying. Like they're trying. Like people who are depressed, they're trying to not be depressed. So what do? They go out and get high, they get drunk, or they go out to the movies. They do all these material things to try to not feel depressed, and then they always depressed. Fucking idiot. Like it's not even about doing that. I don't try at all. The only thing I try is to be myself. And you don't even have to try to be yourself, really. But when you be yourself, it's supposed to be a natural thing. But for you guys who don't know how to be yourself, then that's when you try to be yourself. But yeah, you're gonna want to detach though and not really focus on a lot of shit. That's something you're gonna want to do. That's something you're gonna want to do because if you don't do that, your life's gonna be more problematic. It's not even like because I notice even times where I can like you have people say, "Oh, my life is hard. I can't afford A, B, and C." Even when I can afford things and I can get things and I have access, it's still a hassle. Like for example, if I'm on my fast, it's like I don't need food. I'm not eating. But let's just say I have money to eat. I have money to go out and go somewhere, do something. I still gotta go drive down there. I still gotta cook the food. I still gotta ask the person, don't put this on my meal. And if they make a mistake, I gotta go back down there. Oh, you put this on there. I told you not to put mayo, you stupid ass bitch. And then I end up having a nigga moment, and then I cuss someone out, and then all of this over some fucking food. Where if I didn't need to eat that, or if I didn't have the urge to eat that, then it wouldn't be an issue. And then somebody would say, well, it's at least you can do that. At least you can do that. Well, these are individuals who haven't really tapped into like the truth of life, like of what you can do. Because like that's why I don't really talk and I don't fuck with that many people because if motherfuckers haven't been through the same experiences as you've been through, then they're gonna think you're talking crazy. So I don't expect you guys to understand what I'm saying because you haven't been through the experience. The only experience you've been through is what you experienced. So if you think what I'm saying is crazy, you haven't been through what I've been through. So I know that's why I try really strongly, right? I make this disclaimer and I really stand strong with this disclaimer and statement that if you don't resonate with my video, don't watch my shit. Don't watch my shit. Cause I'm not that type of YouTube channel. I don't teach no more. I don't teach at all. Like if you learn from my channel, that's good. That's because you resonate. Is you either you resonate or you don't. I'm not trying to cater to like any of that bullshit on here no more. Like I'm not catering to anyone on this channel no more. I never really was, but at the same time, I'm not gonna lie, I was at some point. I was catering and I was kind of on some bullshit, especially like a year, 2 years ago. I was really just like a lot of the shit I was talking was just trying to cater in a way, even though I told myself I wasn't. So I'm not doing that shit. I can't do that shit because there's no point. Because once at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, ain't nobody really on the shit really like that, unless it's something like, especially on this internet. 98% of people on this internet, and I'm not saying everyone, I'm saying 98% of people on this internet are full of shit. You gotta understand that. And I don't it's not about what you're doing per se, because you'll see somebody like, oh, this person, he has a business, he has this, he has that, and then you'll automatically assume that he's doing something. It goes beyond that. It's like, what's the goal and the purpose at the end of the day? And even then, like, you gotta know what you you got to know who you can be around. Like me, I'm very very conscious of like, that's it's not even really a good thing in a way because sometimes it could kind of play out negative. I'm so aware of like energies. Like when I talk to you guys, it's hard to get out what I truly know more so than when I'm in real life. Like when I'm in real life and I'm just out and about, I pick up on so many things I can't put into words. So it's hard to like explain, but like when I tell you guys, like, most people are full of shit and not about it, is like you really see that shit play out. You see it. This is, and you don't have to believe me. Just look at the world. Look at the way the world is. Look at the way the world is. Like the world keeps getting worse, but yet I thought people are waking up. So that's why I'm done. I'm done, man. I'm done, dude. Well, I've been done, but like, and then motherfuckers will be like, "What's the point of this video?" If you have to ask what's the point of this video, you need to get the fuck off. Why are you even watch? Why are you even on YouTube? Ain't shit on YouTube anymore. The only reason you should really even be on YouTube is just to be entertained. Really, if you're on YouTube actually learning, and I'm not talking bashing all the people who learn and shit, because like I could learn how to cook some fucking flambe. I could learn how to get past level 2 in a video game. Like that type of learning, obviously, you can learn how to put an engine together. I could learn how to tie my shoe. I could learn how to read a fucking book. I'm talking about if you're thinking about if you're going on YouTube and somebody needs to teach you how to live life, then that's kind of a problem. A lot of the shit you guys even watch my channel, you say you learn from, you already knew that. I didn't really teach you that. You already knew that. Otherwise, because hundreds of people, thousands of people watch my channel and they watch the same video you watch. Why don't they get it but you get it? You have some people watch my video and then they go after my video go pray to Allah. So something is wrong with their fucking mind. It wasn't what my information said, because they're still praying to that fucking child fucking pedophile Muhammad piece of shit. When you watched my video, you already knew that was bullshit. I didn't have to tell you Muhammad's a fucking it's bullshit. It's a fake ass religion. I didn't have to tell you that. You already knew that. I'm not teach you nothing. So it's already within you. So you're not learning from me. You already knew it within your spirit, and it resonated. So it just unlocks certain aspects of your mind to make you memorize shit. But so that's why I say you're not learning shit. If you're going on YouTube really learning anything now, there's nothing really no one can teach you about life. Somebody teaching you about life is like somebody teaching you how to wipe your ass. It's like yeah, somebody can teach you how to wipe your ass, but why would you need that? You should actually know how to do that. That's why I don't get it. You shouldn't, like, I only watch this shit to be entertained nowadays because everything is just lame as fuck at the end of the day on this fucking platform. Like I'm thinking about not even making live streams. He's like everything is a Maya. See, even shit like this, everything's a Maya illusion. Like, the fuck does that mean? Like, everything isn't no Maya. I don't know what the fuck Maya. I don't know what the word illusion is. I don't know any of that dumbass shit. And I don't know if this person's a troll or not. I'm gonna assume they're not a troll, so I'm not gonna go in. But I don't know what the fuck that is. All I see when I see that sentence you wrote is a bunch of shit that you got on YouTube. If it wasn't for YouTube, it wasn't for social media, a lot of you niggas wouldn't even know 80% of your spiritual vocabulary. You wouldn't know what Maya is. What the fuck is Maya? That's some fucking white man shit they created with language and words. All of that shit is just like you got that from like some David Icke shit or some new ager, some fuckhead that just fucking talks about fairies and glitter and shit. That's where you got it from. You didn't actually live life and have an experience and learn that shit. You got it from some fucking YouTube vlogger that they're just trying to make money on this platform and sustain and survive and shit. That's where you got it from. So they just like to say a bunch of shit. They probably bought a book from Barnes and Nobles about spirituality, and then they talk a certain way. They use certain words like the Matrix and Third Eye and all this dumbass stupid shit. It's like, bitch, go live life and have an experience. And then when you have an experience, you realize all the shit that they talk about on the internet, they're just copying real life. Like, what's an illusion? At the end of the day, nigga, like, You're having an experience. Whatever is real is real. If you're dreaming, this is why when you're asked dreams, you don't when you're in the dream world, deep in the dream world, do you be thinking about what I'm talking about now? Oh, Chauncey once said this. No, you're dreaming and you're in that world. So that world is real at that time. You believe what you believe in. If I told you that there's a key, I'm sitting on a fucking key, and I pulled the key and I showed you, but it wasn't really a key. It looked like a key, but it wasn't. You believed it was a key, so at that point, that was real to you, until you realize that, oh, it wasn't a key. It was something else. The key's under my foot. So what the fuck is an illusion? What the hell is real? At the end of the day, you having an experience. And that's it. Don't sit there and try to make it all like all these dumbass words and shit. That's why I suggest to you guys, like, if you're gonna be on social media, don't be watching too much shit and these too many people, because not even just with the spiritual shit, with anything, because it could fuck your mind up. This is why you see society is in the decadence it's in, because people watching too much shit. Like, you got bitches out here who they look fucking average, they look like shit, but yet they see social media and they feel like a man is supposed to come and save them from their own degenerate mentality. And if that doesn't happen, then there's no real men out there. Whereas, bitch, you don't even look like a real woman. How the fuck you think you're supposed to be treated like one? Don't even act like one. So, like, you see what I'm saying? And then now, like, you see these bitches, they'll be out here thinking like life is supposed to be like this, and since it's not like this for me, that means is a problem. But then the reason you think life is supposed to be like that is because you watch social media like a dumbass bitch, which nobody told you to watch 20,000 pages of a bunch of nonsense. This is crazy. People are on this fucking shit too much, and it's creating mental illness. Like, everybody, you gotta understand, 99 out everyone is mentally ill, and I don't like. It's not about getting rid of the mental illness, more so as like taming it and mitigating the effects of your mental illness. Because I don't think there's anyone that isn't mentally ill. There's nobody I've seen on this planet that isn't have some type of mental illness. For you to think you don't have a mental illness and you're doing good, that's a problem. Like, you have these new age people thinking that they're all like somehow, oh, I'm awake and I'm enlightened. I'm like, bitch, you ain't shit. Like, what the hell does awaken and enlighten mean? You don't know anything. Like, we still have a government that's controlling the world and still making you pay taxes, and you still don't even know how to harness resources and build off the land. You don't even know that that's a thing to do, but yet somehow you're awakened and everything is good and you're perfect. And I'm not saying you have to do that, but at the end of the day, you don't have to also be saying that you're awakened when you fucking aren't. Like, I'm not gonna tell you I'm a fucking dishwasher boy if I don't wash dishes. Like, stop fronting. Like, you're not awakened, stupid bitch. Just cause you got rid of your depression, your mental illness, and you realize that this system is a piece of shit, does not mean you're awakened. It just means you're not depressed, and you realize the slave mentality that is imposed on the masses, the mind control. That's it. That's all it means. Stop saying, no, you're awake, you're this, you're like, you ain't shit. Like, you got, like, it's just ridiculous, man. I hate this fucking, like, there's all this bullshit that people like, that's one thing. If you go on my channel, like, don't be using nothing that you see. And shout out to Jay Vass. I'm gonna get to your comments. And I'm not talking to you when I say this statement. But I'm like, you have all these people that come and bring all that other shit from other channels. Don't talk to me about no spiritual vocabulary. Don't use terms like Maya, illusion, or what's another word? Like, they're just a bunch of just dumbass words like pendulum, crystal, and all this other shit, and the matrix and enlightened ones. And like, don't use any of that fucking shit on my channel, because I don't give a fuck about any of that shit. And I'm not mad at you guys, and I don't mean it as any disrespect, because at some point I was using shit like that, but when I was using it, it was to get a message out and like explain shit, because with the English language is limited. But I'm beyond that. Like, if you don't get it, you don't get it. Just get the fuck off my page. I'm not gonna. I like to keep it very simple and to the point, because the only reason, like, it's like when you go to a restaurant, you go there to eat and not be hungry so you can leave. You don't go to the restaurant to look at the paneling on the wall and mesmerize in like the atmosphere. And even though you may do that a little bit, you go there to eat and go home. So like, get to the point, get to the meat of what you're fucking doing. Just don't waste your time. A lot of people wasting time in this fucking world, man. That's all it is. Because I'm so fed up with dealing with a lot of emotional closed off women. I think people in general are just emotional closed off and don't take accountability. And it comes off worse in women because women are more irrational and emotional. Like, a female who hasn't dealt with her shit is more irrational than a man who doesn't do. I don't want to say that because it's different. Because women, like, women don't really have the physical strength as men. So a man will go up and shoot up a whole motherfucking place, beat the fuck out of you, or just go commit something physical. Whereas a female would play more mind games and be more manipulative. But at the same time, a female, she gotta control that shit, because a man will beat the fucking shit out of her. She get too out of pocket. So it's like it's a balance. Both men and women are fucked up and emotionally, because they don't take accountability. It's both. But I know what you mean when you say like women, because most women now aren't women. Most women aren't women. Women are supposed to at least have that nurturing quality and be in a feminine energy. Most women don't have that. Most women actually see that as a weakness. Like, when you call them, I remember I called a female masculine. I'm like, you act masculine. And she took that as a compliment. And I wasn't complimenting her, but if you look at it, women, they feel like the system that we're in, it creates women to need to be masculine, because you got to pay bills, you got to go up and work, no one cares about you and all this shit. People just talk about like this, men go through that. No, women go through that as well. If you look at it, like, women go through that. So women have to be more masculine. So it's like, this is why they act masculine, is because of that, what I just said. Like, they have to be masculine, so this is why they have to be like that. And then they act a certain way, but at the same time, like, they think that they're supposed to get love and respect from a man, like, which doesn't make any sense. Like, if you acting like a man, like, how the fuck you supposed to, like, I don't get it. And they look at it like it's something to be like proud of or something to be good, but then they wonder why they can't get any good men, and the only thing they can get is dick. The only thing they can get is fucked. Like, a female, like, because women, like, they think they they don't understand, like, you can act, you're always going to be a female. So even if you're a female and you act masculine, I'm not like, that's not a flex, because if you're a bitch who works at McDonald's and you take care of 3 kids and you live in a shitty apartment, she may think, well, I'm getting my shit together, I'm an independent woman. But even a man who's taking care of 3 kids in a shitty apartment who works in McDonald's, that's looked at as low. So if you're a female doing that, thinking you're a man, that's low. You're a weak man. You see what I'm saying? Like, these females that try to be men, they try to be, they're really emulating weak men, because a female can't be a man. At least if you're gonna act masculine, bitch, create an invention, create something, work on something. Like, go have masculine strength. Like, it's like you see these faggots out here that want to be a woman. Like, everybody wants to be something until it's time to be it. So like, you see these faggots out here who want to be a man, or let's just say a female who wants to be a man, or no, a man who wants to be a woman. Let's just say is a man, and he's like 200 pounds of muscle, and he wants to be a woman. If you start beating his ass, he's going to use his masculine strength to defend himself. But if you want to be a woman, when another man beats your ass, you have no right to use masculine strength. because you want to be a woman. A woman can't fight like that. You see what I'm saying? So they want to be it until it's time. So it's same with women. Like they want to be the man and act masculine, but when it comes to like a natural event happening, let's just say something, a natural disaster happening, and the men got to go out and take care of the whole shit, and then the women and children in the back. That bitch is gonna want to be. Oh, I'm part of the women and children group. I'm gonna go stay in the shelter for women and children. While the man, like, bitch, no, you should go out there as well. Like, they want to be it until it's time to be it. So that's why I say you can't really be a female. Can never really be a man, and it's all weird. Even though whole they don't take accountability. It's like men have to take accountability. Well, people in general have to take accountability. I don't even like to speak like men is just this and that. But I'm gonna read some more of these comments. Like, damn, motherfucker, so weird. Yeah, for real. We all have some type of issue mentally, and then you'll have people that sit there. But anyone who tells you that they don't have mental issues, that's a mental issue. Because first of all, ask them why do you think you don't have mental issues? And then they're gonna tell you because of 99% of the time, what they're gonna tell you is because of what the system has taught them. So it's because I work and I make six figures, or I have a master's, or it's because I take care of my bills and response. It's gonna be something off the fucking system that's fake. It's synthetic. It's nothing real. But anything that's real hasn't been established. This is why we have a fucked up, failing society, because nobody's real. So they can't even really. The reason the world is the way it is because of a huge population and collection of mentally ill people. That's the reason, not because of just this is the way the world's supposed to be. And with the look at the planet, and this reality is like the human body. When you're putting junk food in it, it gets sick. If you're eating healthy, it doesn't get sick. And all you guys say, oh, food doesn't really matter. All right, bitch. If I cut you in your fucking legs, you're gonna bleed and it's gonna hurt you. If I don't cut you, your body's gonna function and not bleed. So, if there's retarded, mentally ill people on this planet is gonna have negative energy, and then society collectively is gonna play out unharmony. So, not in harmony. So, it's just like you putting drugs in a body or you cutting the body, you're damaging it. More fucked up, mentally ill people is gonna damage the planet, their reality. So it's gonna manifest. It's gonna like play out in like fucked up situations, like having to pay fucking bills and having to have like Donald Trump as your president. This dumbass shit. This is a sign that people are retarded in this world. Like nothing else. Mental illness. And it's like he said, from a corrupt system. Yeah, we all have mental illness because of the system. Having to wake up every morning, go to a 9 to 5. Like I said in my last video, that's a mental illness. That's a problem. That's an issue. Having to go wake up and go to work. And not even just going to work. What are you doing at work? If you're doing the same fucking monotonous shit 8 hours a day, 20, 30 years of your fucking life, that's mental illness. You're not going to tell me that isn't. That's going to develop a certain level of psychosis. Even when you look at police, this is why police are so fucked up in the mind. Police are so fucked up, and people always look at like, oh, police. Like for example, when you see a police be hella like beating the shit out of somebody, like this nigga's crazy. It's because having to be on the police force, you see a lot of fucking sick shit. And like I don't fuck with police, but you gotta look at it like imagine like because I was looking at the how they have like the police like all the calls like those little the apps where they have where it showed you how many crimes are in your city and what date and the police calls. I was looking at it once and it was like over 1,000 calls in my city in a week of like domestic dispute, fights, and this and that, and drugs and theft. And I'm looking at it like, imagine working on the police force and every day going to dozens, multiple calls of seeing like, because don't get me wrong, sometimes people are fucked up, sometimes the police is fucked up. More times I feel the police is fucked up, but you're in a position where you're seeing shit. This is why, like, you shouldn't. I don't even think police officer should even be a job working, because you're gonna develop racism, hatred, and anger. This is why so many police is fucked up. So many people in the military is fucked up. I heard this. I was at Disneyland years ago, and this nigga in the military was fucking bragging about how he shot some woman in the stomach when she had kids. Like, I shot that bitch in the stomach, and she was bleeding, and she was pregnant. Like, he was bragging about it, and I'm like, for him to even brag about it, he had to been through some type of trauma, like, because that whole war shit. So it creates a lot of fucked up people. That's why I don't really have respect for those type of positions, because you got a lot of people. I don't trust those type of people for the most part. I don't trust them, because just the fact that they have to go wake up in the morning and go to that job every day and see the worst of society, which that's only a part of society. It's going to create a certain level of preconception in their brain. So this is why you have, like, these police, they don't give a fucking, they'll spaz out because they see it, and they see a lot of shit on a daily basis. Like, imagine the worst things in society, like a baby just gets raped and killed. The police is the first to be on the scene to see the event. When somebody gets killed, well, who's there first? It's the police. When a crime happens, somebody gets beaten up, they're police. They're there first because they need to be there first to arrest. They'll even want them there more in some cases than the ambulance, because the police need to be able to get the guy. So it's like, this is what I'm saying. Like, this is why it could, and this I'm using this as an example because this goes in every job, McDonald's and working at retail. Like, if it creates a mental illness, and like, society is fucked up. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with working. It just, you gotta understand, 99% of the jobs in this system, they're fake. This is why they're replacing it with AI, and everybody, oh, why are they replacing the job with AI? Bitch, because you didn't need it. It wasn't an important job, you fucking idiot. The job wasn't important. That's why they're able to replace you with artificial intelligence, because the job wasn't important. If it was a real job, then it wouldn't be replaced with artificial intelligence. You need to wake up in the morning. Are you going to replace your brain with artificial intelligence to help you wake up and move your feet? No, because that's important. Anything that's important, you can't replace with a machine, dummy. You use an AI to do all the responsibilities you need spiritually, physically, to live life? You can't do that. It doesn't work like that, because that's an important job you need to do. Flipping a burger, you can replace it. It's not important. They can even replace police with that shit. It's not important. So anything you can replace with AI is fake, and it's not important. 99% of the jobs they're getting rid of, I don't even think they're gonna even get rid of. I think that's all a bullshit. Like, if they get rid of it, who the fuck's gonna do anything? Nobody's gonna be working. People are just gonna be on their ass. It don't make sense. I don't believe they're gonna be getting rid of all the jobs and shit. A lot of that shit that you get. This is why I don't even like to talk about a lot of shit they be doing, because a lot of it is just a bunch of lies and bullshit. Like, even when you see these movies in the future, they'll be like, oh, in the year 2030, they're gonna have laser guns. They're gonna have this type of bullet. They're gonna have a sniper rifle that can shoot through walls, and you can see through a wall. And then people be thinking like, oh, that's cool tech. We can look through walls. I'm like, why in the fuck would you need a technology where you can see through walls? You must be in a society that is very fucking, like, in a police state, or like, think of it like this. Why would I need to spy on somebody and see through a wall if I'm in a peaceful society where we're doing so much other shit that doesn't even cross my mind? It's like, you're a man. You're not going to buy pantyhose because you're not a woman. You're not going to buy a tampon because you don't have the mechanism and the female body to buy a tampon. So you're never going to buy one. It doesn't cross your mind. How do I need money for tampons? It doesn't cross your mind. Why? Why doesn't it not cross your mind? Because you're not a fucking bitch. You don't have a pussy. So why would you need some of this technology? They talk about drones and lasers and all this robotic shit. Why would you need that if you were in a optimal, peaceful, in harmony society? The only time you'll need robotics and all these laser and voice recognition shit is if you're in a system that's created by these motherfuckers who run it. So the reason you need voice recognition or facial recognition to get into your shit is because you have a fucking you're in a system where they have bank accounts, they have fucking um, computers and all this other shit, which keep your data in it. Why would somebody need to steal my data? The reason somebody would need to steal my data is because we're in a society of lack. Somebody else doesn't have and you have. That right there doesn't make any fucking sense. So the whole concept of security and cybersecurity and facial recognition, you think it sounds cool, but it's like, why the fuck do you need it? If we weren't in a fucked up society, you wouldn't need it. You guys get what I'm saying? Like, a lot of this shit that they're talking about, oh, the future, you only need it because of them. They're creating the problem. They're creating a problem, and the solution is AI and robots. So you need it. And even if we were trying to use AI and robots, it should be used to put us on our feet. So maybe create an AI that can create like buildings and do things, and then eventually get rid of it because we don't need it. Like, you see what I'm saying? Not something like you need it every day. I hate these type of women who don't take accountability and play victim. Once connections, oh, they act like they haven't done shit. Yeah, that's why I don't even like these like shit. Like, a lot of that shit, it don't even really like. I don't deal with it as anymore like I used to. Like, listen, when you this why you say you got to change your mind, because when you change your mind, you don't deal with a lot of shit. Like, a lot of the thing, like, even when let me give you an example. If people come at you and they start testing you and they start playing mind games, some way, shape, or form, you're inviting them in to do that. Once you really are sure of yourself and you're very adamant on, I'm not fucking with these niggas no more, people don't even come and do that to you. Like, one thing I realized, like, if you're on the internet and you troll people, people automatically, let's just say if I'm on the internet and I'm trolling somebody or I'm talking shit, if I call a person like fuck you bitch, they're gonna be like, oh, he's a troll, he's swearing. So they're not gonna wanna instigate with you. They're gonna be like, oh, he's not, he's just a troll. But if you say something, but you say it in a way like, I'm trying, let me get this out. Like, I've seen people on the internet, like, I've seen people go back and forth with trolls, and there'll be a troll, and the troll will be like, your mother is a piece of shit. And the guy will be laughing and he won't even say nothing. But then I'll see other people be like, you need to stop, you need to have more respect for yourself. And then the person will take that as an insult more than somebody cussing out his mother. The reason for that is what you just said. The reason for that is people don't want, they want to pick wars that they can win. If somebody wants to fight you, they want to make sure they can win. If they feel they can't win, they're gonna just try to act like you didn't affect them, so they can feel like what you said wasn't effective. But when you say something that they don't think you're trying to attack them, this is why you'll have people will disrespect the people that love them the most, but the people who hate them the most, sometimes they'll just ignore them. But yet somebody would cuss their own mother out, but then somebody else who like don't give a fuck about you, they'll like ignore them and just laugh it off. It's not that they don't like their mother more. It's just they don't want to let that person know that they angered them, because we're like in a different time right now. We're in a different energy where people are more, they don't want, no, everyone's fake. So if somebody's upset, if somebody's angry, most people would aren't gonna, they don't want you to know that. So they're gonna laugh it off. They're gonna think like, oh, it's not like to make you, because everyone's into validation. That we're in, like, within this new shift, this is why you see it's more fake. It's fake love. Like, back in the day, it was more like stand on your ground. Now they kind of teach people in society to like be fake. So it's about validation. Even when you're arguing with somebody, the first thing that comes to people's mind is, I don't want them to let them know I'm angry. But yet you don't care about this person, but you care about them knowing. But how would you know what, if they think that makes you angry or not? Like what makes you angry doesn't make me angry. So for you to assume somebody's gonna think like you see what I'm saying, you have to. We're in like in a whole different time. So this is why I tell you guys like don't even get too deep into it. I'm so over that slavery work shit. Yeah, I'm done with that shit, dude. I've already been done with that shit, but I hate these type of women. Okay, trying to see the world creates a lot of narcissism, selfishness in people. It sure does, but that's what I like. I don't like I said. I don't experience that like that no more because I choose not to deal with those type of people. So it's about who you choose to deal with. It's about who you choose to deal with. Like so, just don't deal with those people no more. Like there's an I'm not gonna even say this. I don't even want to say anything on this. Something happened to me a couple days ago, right before the full moon. I don't know if I'm gonna say anything right now. I'm gonna wait a little bit longer to say something. Yeah, I don't want to. I want to tell you guys, but I have to let it play out because I don't know who watching my channel. So like I really want to tell you guys what was said, what happened, but yeah, I don't know who watching my channel, so and I don't like yeah, it's kind of sad how I can't even really say certain things because of like who might be watching my shit. But something did happen to me the day before the full moon, and I don't really give a fuck. I'm not really tripping. They actually worked out in my favor, but it could have been worse. If I would have played by the rules, it could have been worse. This is why I don't like to really. It's sometimes it's good to not follow rules because if I would have played by the rules, it would have been worse. That's why I one thing that always pisses me off is like people always like like I seen it was this video of this girl fucking like she could obviously tell she was hungry. She stole something and she was eating it in the store and everyone was all saying how she does she needs to go to jail for eating that. I'm like the bitch is hungry. Like let her eat. And then everyone's like, oh, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So she should starve and feel miserable just so she can have validation from society that she's not a bad person. Like that's why I said this world's crazy. I'm not telling you guys that to go out here and commit crimes and do things, but at the end of the day, do what you got to do to survive. If you're in alignment with spirit and you have a purpose and a real purpose, not no fake ass purpose like you work a shitty job, the spirit will always look after you. Always keep that in mind. I'm not saying go out there and do some shit, but if you out here and you really down bad and you have to do this and this kind, the spirit will look after you, but you have to have a purpose. Because, like I said, to to society is built to be against you. Like, you know how you have all these victimized niggas. Oh, society is against us black people. That's society. Society's fake. It's not real. Life is built for you to win. And that's how it was for me. Any mistake I've ever made in my life was because of me and like my own stubbornness. When I look at it, even when like things happen to me in society, there was always a way out. Remember how they tell you like there's a light at the end of the tunnel? I don't like to say shit like that, but any type of darkness you go to, there's always a light. There's always something you can do in your life, no matter how down. The only time there's nothing you can do when it's that bad is if it's something and you end up dying from it. If it's something you're just dead, then at that point that was the end. But if you're still alive and you're able to go through it, there was something that there's something in your life you can do. And I've tested this and I've seen every single person I see, from a person homeless, from a person struggling, every person I've seen, I will say that the reason they're struggling is because they're fucking retarded. Like I literally look at it like there used to be a time I'd be like, oh, I feel sorry for people struggling. I feel sorry for this person. Her, she getting her ass beat, or this person's always going through it, and she got robbed. And it's easy to feel sorry for this person, but when you really, if you were to be with them 24/7 and look at their life and look how they think, look at the decisions they didn't make, 100%, you're gonna be looking at them like, you fucking idiot. You created this situation. Even times where I got hemmed up, where it be with police or certain things, I'm like, fuck. When I look back, I'm like, I had so many signs. And if I would have just listened to those signs, I would not be in it. Like the spirit told me and I didn't listen. There's nothing that happened to me in my life that I can think of that was very bad, that I can't say that there was things leading up to make me not fucking do that. There was things. So when I see somebody who's like has a sob story, I don't feel, especially in 2025, because especially now, because 2025 we had more time. It's not like we're in 2018 where it's less time. No, we have two that we're in 2025. So we had all the time before 2018 plus after 2018 to 2005, all those lessons, all those learning. Every single day you wake up. This is why I don't feel sorry for people who are older, because they have more time. So at that point when something happens to you later in life, is you have so many warnings prior to that. It's not like somebody who's like 5 years old and something happened to them. And even then, if something happens to some of you guys would say, what about a kid who goes through negative stuff? That's usually carried on from negative energies from different from past existences. And if you just say, oh, I don't believe in that shit. Well, before you were born into this world, something happened for you to even have this body. How come I don't look like you and you don't look like me? It's because before we were even born, something was going on to shape how I'm going to look right now. So we both can agree we're here right now, and we both can agree we don't look like each other. So before we even were in this body, something was going on. Whether you want to say it's a past life, whatever the fuck it is, something was going on. So that energy carried over to now. So you say somebody, you guys may say, what about somebody who's young and they have a sob story? Don't feel sorry. Like something before they were in this body, something was going on, and it was carried over from here. And who the fuck said to say something is good and bad? Like you guys look at good and bad like it's something like, oh, this is good, this is bad. Let's just say it's an experience. Like get good and bad out of your brain. Who's to say everything is supposed to be peaceful and good in your life? What if it's supposed to happen just because of an experience? Like, so you got to look at it like that. Like who said life is supposed to be good or bad? Life is just life, nigga. Who gives a shit? Let me read some of these comments. Like you mentioned before, most people are the problem. That's reality in the realm. Yeah, I read it. Like I said, like people are the problem, but it's like I don't. At the end of the day, I'm not. I don't try to tell people that they're not the problem. I don't try to wake anyone up. I just let it be. Because people are just gonna be people at the end of the day. And a lot of the reasons why people are like the way they are is because of what the government's done with the food, with the fucking everything. So I'm gonna drop the link if anybody wants to join. Yeah, I really want to tell you guys what happened a couple of days ago, but I have to control my. I don't want to be telling people like what's going on, like because I don't know. I'll tell you guys probably later on down the line. I'll mention it. I want to just wait, let it play out, because yeah, because I be watching. Sometimes I be watching YouTube. And it's just so weird how there's so many people on YouTube who just like they don't mind their business. Like you will never see me go on anybody's page and talk about them. Like, there's people on here I don't fucking like. Like, I don't like them, man. But I would never go and make a slander campaign and call up where they work. Like, you got motherfuckers out here calling up people's place of employment, calling their family members, and it's like it's crazy. And I'm like, how does it get to that point where you have like I don't really want to get too much, but this is a whole ass grandma. This bitch is an old ass. She got grandchildren, and she spends her whole day like talking shit on this other fucking content creator's page, telling this like what she needs to do, and this is an evil person. Oh, bitch, if the bitch is evil, why are you watching this person then? Like, why are you watching them if you don't like them? Like, there's a lot of people I don't like. That's why you never see me. I don't even like to give shout outs no more. I only give a shout out to people who watch my page. People who don't, the only person I gave a shout out that probably don't watch my shit would probably be Dolo's channel. That's the only channel. But I don't give shout outs to people because I don't want to invite that energy. I don't, because I'm the type of person I may end up, if it gets too bad, I may end up flying out to where you're at, and then like somebody's gonna be in jail or hurt. So I don't even. That's why I don't just talk. I don't because there's people I don't like, but I'm not gonna just say their name because like me, I'm not that type of person who just I don't like beef. Like, it's either gonna end in two ways. I end up physically going down there, or I'm gonna just send some witchcraft, and your life's just gonna fall apart, and something's gonna happen to you with some witchcraft, like, or something. Like, it's gonna be something where you're gonna end up stopping one way or another. Whether I go down there and physically make you stop, or some witchcraft where you won't even have time to even troll me no more, because you're gonna have to start dealing with all the problems that manifest in your life that have nothing to do with me, but it has everything to do with me. So that's why I don't even like dealing with people, because I don't want to put that energy, especially when it comes to doing something, whether it be spiritual or physical. I don't want to put that on my soul. That's just more extra baggage that I'm gonna have to answer for what? Because I started something. Like, you can't defend yourself, but you start something. That doesn't make sense. You're gonna get that karma back. So I don't even want to be in that situation and have more work that I have to do to accomplish what I already have to accomplish now. It doesn't make sense. That's why I like, you gotta learn how to like stay out of trouble. It's not about like, you got dumbass niggas that think like, oh, this person, oh, like let's say somebody gets caught up hustling. Oh, you don't know how to hustle. You got caught. Not knowing how to hustle isn't just not getting caught. It's about knowing when not to do certain things. You don't go and fight somebody who's 700 pounds, 7'7", and get your ass beat and say you don't know how to fight. No, it's not that you don't know how to fight. You just fucking can't fight that person because it's out of your range. Certain things you just don't do. A person who knows how to move knows when to do and not do something, and knows how to attack it, or knows not to even attack it because there's no point, and move a different way. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's the whole point in life. So I kind of missed my point where I was going with that. Where's my phone at? Yeah, I missed my point where I was going with that. I had another point because I was gonna say something else before I said that, but yeah, you gotta know how to move. You don't want to just create a lot of. Yeah, I know what I was saying. Yeah, I don't. You know, this is why you don't. I don't really just like call out motherfuckers on here and shit, because people are just retarded. Like that other bitch. Yeah, I don't remember. And she just sitting here just talking about this girl, this dude, and like, if you don't like them, why are you watching their page? I don't know. Like, this is part of the mental illness. Like even with the Nature Boy situation. Well, I didn't want to blame that because everybody who was on that was part of the the feds, and I don't really want to, because that's all fake. They were just that was, I don't even think any of the people that were hating on Nature Boy were anyone but the police. Those are the only people. But it's like, you have these other people out here, just all they have to do is just, all they're doing is just talking shit on another person that they don't like, and I'm like, how do you do that all fucking day? That's weird. fucking weird. Like you don't have nothing better to do, and then like I remember one time, this bitch was just, and I left a comment. I was like, you don't have nothing better to do in your life but to talk about this person. And like, what do you mean? I work a 2 jobs. I do this. I do like I got kids. They're trying to, and I'm like, that's even more pathetic because after all your day, if you work 16 hours a day and you have kids and you have all this and you still find time to talk shit to somebody, that's even worse than you having free time because the little time you do have, you spend it on trolling. Whereas, at least if you had all day and you didn't have a life, it's not as bad because you just probably spend 3 hours of your day trolling and then the rest you just spend doing whatever. But if you're working all day and then your only free time and peace of mind you have, you're trolling, so that's fucking pathetic. Like, what time do you have to work on yourself? Because you're at work all the time. Like, that's even worse. Like, they try to say that like it's a flex. Like, well, I got a whole bunch of other things in my life. I don't just talk about this person. Well, that's worse. I don't get it. It's weird. What's good with it? Mysterio. Yeah. Shit. This is what I'm saying. Like, shout out to Mysterio though. Mysterio, yeah, like he's one of the real ones on here. Actually takes the advice and uses it. There's very few people like him. And the thing is though, he's young too, which is weird. Most Gen Z, they're like in a victim mind state where like the whole world is done and is doomed. And then like they try to, because you got to understand it's a coping mechanism. So like, cause back in the day, cause I'm not old, but like I'll say back like years ago when I was like in high school, which is around 2010. Like yeah, 2010s. I ended up graduating or not graduate. Well, I got the piece of paper that they said, but so I got like high school shit. But around that fucking time, like if you were a piece of shit, like you were a piece of shit. You could there was no way to like cope with being a fucking idiot. Like if you didn't have certain shit together mentally, spiritually, you really felt like you weren't that. But like we're in a new time and with this new Gen Z where you can be a fucking degenerate piece of shit and really literally be spiritually and physically, mentally just ain't got it. And you can cope with it by going on social media and you have a whole bunch of fake AI pages that try to make it look like it's normal. Like you'll be like, do you ever feel like you don't have any friends and society's crumbling to an end and then people will watch it just so they can feel better about not doing anything because now they can feel well I don't since 20,000 people watch this video and there's a million videos about this on TikTok. I don't have to take responsibility for my life because other people are experiencing it and this is the way society's going, the world is going after the pandemic, life sucks, and that's what TikTok says. So now they feel comfortable living a shitty sucky life, but then it's sad because it's gonna catch up because once they get to like their 40s, 50s, and they realize life is still the same, the only thing that's different is their age, and that's it. They're gonna feel so like regret, like damn, I wish I could have done this and that. Because everyone's thinking like the world's gonna end or this is gonna happen. When in reality, you're gonna get old as fuck before any of that even happens. Like, because we're going into a new shift where time and is not going to be the same way. So by the time we're like in our 60s and 80s, like for example, like there's most of you guys are about around my age or 10 years younger max. So by the time we're like in our 70s or 80s, everybody in this chat, it's not going to feel like it was that long from now. Like it feels like, oh damn, age, that's a long time. It's gonna come by quick. And then by the time it gets here, niggas are gonna be like off they're gonna be hit off fucking off guard with that shit. Like, damn, it's here that fast. That's why I say they don't even get lost into any of this bullshit because shit is coming. The world is not the we're moving into a new shift next year. It's a different type of ball game. I can't, and it has nothing to do with the government, the system. Anything the government does is just them copying This so what they do is going to be because of the shift. It's not like the shift is happening because of the government. The government, they don't have control over nothing. The only thing they can, at this point, the only thing they can do is just create chaos, because they can't do anything but create chaos. So it's like, if it's just picture it like this. If I, let's just say I want somebody's attention, and I'm like, I want you, let's just say somebody wants my attention, and I don't give them my attention, and I ignore them. I just don't, let's talk to them. But if they get a gun and shoot me in the leg, I'm forced to pay attention. And they're like, see, I made you pay attention to me, but you did it by shooting me in the leg. That's the dumbest shit ever. So that's the only thing the government can do. This is why they have to create so much chaos and make it like everything $1 million just to fucking pay rent and eat a hamburger, because they need to create chaos, because that's the only way you're gonna pay attention to them. But it's like, that's a stupid way to do it, because it's like shooting somebody in the leg just because they didn't say hi to you. You want them to get your attention, so it's like, even if it's bad attention, at least they paid attention. That's what the government's in. So this new shift, everything is going to switch up and change, and they need their system to still work the way it does, but it can't work no more. So they're going to have to make it worse and make a whole bunch of shit. So don't think whatever they're doing is because of the shift. It's the shift is because what they're doing, or no, what they're doing is because of what the shift is going to do. Because next year is going to be a hold, so it has nothing to do with the government. It has to do with reality and just the way, even the way people think. Because we're in a reality where, like, your thought and your mind, all of that could be measured. Like, a thought is physical. So once we get in this ship, people are going to start thinking different. It doesn't matter if you're spiritual, not spiritual, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Every human being is going to start thinking different. So this is why you got to start seeing, even right now, everyone's thinking different. No one's really thinking the same way no more. Like, you have all these videos out saying, "Oh, nothing feels the same anymore. Everything is not no. Everything isn't lame. It's just you haven't done the work." Everybody is everyone's so used to developing happiness and pleasure off material external items and experiences. Like, oh, go to the movies, let's go have fun, let's go do this, let's go. And that shit doesn't work nowadays. It doesn't work. So even if you do that, it's not going to really fill it. So you have to develop it within, like I said. So, and if you don't believe me, why you think you see a million videos of people saying the world is not the same no more? Don't believe any of that shit. The world's actually in a better state. You're supposed to be more happier, more at peace within. If you've been doing the inner work, everything is more like it's more, you're more eager, like you want to know what's the next thing in life. If you don't have that eagerness of that feeling of what's going to happen next, or you got so many goals and you're just in go mode. If you don't have that feeling, means there's certain inner work you haven't done. Don't get confused thinking that life is lame. No, life is actually like more energetic than it ever was, in terms of like energy on a spiritual level. Physically, if you develop all your desires based on the physical, you're gonna look at it like it's opposite. Here you go, oh, everything sucks, the food sucks. Because when people say life sucks, what are they talking about? They're talking about material things, the food, what the government's doing, how much things cost, the quality of products. Shit that's not important. Shit that they're trying to find happiness without. So if you have everything developed within, you're not worrying about that, because you got more energy within you. Well, the more energy you have within you, the more the more you don't need externally. And everybody's different. Some people, it could go to breatharianism where you don't need food. Some people, they eat, but they don't need as much entertainment. They don't feel they're more entertained with just being themselves and fulfilling their purpose. Like, you'll see some people who like to go out for a walk in the park, and they're like, "Oh, I don't like to go out for a walk," or I hate walking, or I hate going outside in nature. And you like, this is like to sit inside the house and play movies all day. The person who's outside, who's walking in the park, is more happier than the person who's playing games, because they don't need much. So that means their inner world is more active and they're able to develop peace with very little, versus the other person, take away their game, they're gonna be stressing, versus take away the other person, you can't, even if you take the, you can't go outside no more, they still have energy within to create something to make lemon out of lemonade. So it's like you always have something to do. That's how it's supposed to be. Let me read some of these comments. That's why in my video I said detach from everything. Detach from everything. Don't worry about shit that you don't need to worry about. Like, even niggas will talk about, oh, but we need money. We need, what do you need money for? If you, even if you're gonna be about making money, what's the goal for making money? Like, what's the purpose? What's the goal for it? You're like, oh, I need money to pay bills. No, you don't. There's homeless people out here. They don't pay no bills. Bitch, you live in America. You don't need money to pay bills. They got shelters. They got fucking food stamps. You don't need money to pay bills. So you want money so you can live a comfortable life and do extra shit, which is nothing wrong with that. But don't act like you need money if you're not trying to build and create nothing. At least if you say, and even then, like, who said you need money to build and create something? Like if we all talk about synthetic and fake, and you say we need money, but the government created money, who said you need money to do any of that shit? All you have to do is be yourself, and you be yourself. Eventually, money will come. But if you make it your main focus and mission, I gotta go out and make money. Notice how every nigga, at least from my experience, every nigga I know that talks about getting money, they don't even have that much. They either have no money or they don't have that much money. Like they'll talk about, oh, I get money, but it's not like they're millionaires. It's not like they make $500,000 a year. They're just regular people. Like there may be some nigga probably makes like 80 grand a year. Talk about I get money. That's not getting money. Nigga, you make 80 grand a year. Or there'd be some. I remember when I was at the warehouse years ago. Nigga was talking about, oh, I get money. He had a gold chain and talk about, oh, I got these shoes. I'm like, nigga, you work at a fucking warehouse. If you really got money, you would not be at a warehouse. The fuck? He's like, well, I make money so I can make extra money. I already know you're not wasting your time, bitch. Because once you have real money, a person with millions of dollars that's not part of the government. That's like a, let's say, entrepreneur. He got it out the mud. They look at money as time. They don't look at money as in I want to make more money, because no, they look at money as time. So if this nigga has $10 million, he's looking at that 10 million as he doesn't have to work. His kids don't have to struggle and go through these fucking bullshit ass experiences he has to go through. So if you're saying if you're working at a warehouse, but yet you say you get money, that's bullshit, because you must not be getting money. Because why would you spend your time if working to get money, where you could be, if you had money, you'll be using that money, or you'll be using that money to build something or create something, or not even that, because you, like I said, you don't even need money to do that, but you'll be doing something more productive than working at one of these bullshit jobs. You see what I'm saying? People they don't think like that. Money is looked at as a tool, really. Join my time, my friend, absorbing the key gun worker. That's what's up. Need programming, need time getting put on me. Do you see? That's what I'm saying. I heard that's what they expect about Mysterio, because he said he deprogramming. He knows he's programmed. Like a lot of these spiritual people out here, they talk like as if they're not programmed, like they're not running a mind control. Like you have all these niggas talk about how spiritual and deep they are, but then they go talk about some other shit that like contradicts what they said about them being so like enlightened. Even these enlightened people, they're not even enlightened, because they're not enlightened. Like, because like people think enlightenment is somehow, and this is a program too that they have to deprogram. People think enlightenment is getting out of your depression and making $10,000 from your mediocre ass business. That's not enlightenment. That's you making $10,000 from your business and you not being depressed. The fuck? That's not enlightenment. Like, who do you fucking? I don't even say that enlightenment is even a thing. That's not even a thing. This is why I say, like, This whole system is so low vibe. I don't want to say. I just want to. I'm just saying this word so you guys get what I'm saying, because I don't want to spend too much time out of this, because the words are limited with this shit. People spend so much time in this low vibrational system that they feel once you attain a certain level of like mental thought and have certain physical items, you're enlightened. But you only think you're enlightened because of having a certain mental thought and physical item, because of all the restrictions the system impose upon you. Get rid of the restrictions that impose upon you, you wouldn't be calling those things enlightenment. If you were going to call anything enlightenment, it'll be something that's far greater that you still haven't even gotten out. And even then, like, what? So I'm saying that all that enlightenment shit is nothing. It's about being yourself, doing what you got to do to be and being yourself and being alignment. That's what it is. It's like how if you're if you are you, how can you being you be enlightened? They say, oh, you got to find yourself. What the fuck you mean? You are yourself, you fucking idiot. You just got to not be a fucking idiot. Stop being a dumbass, and that's when you so-called find yourself. But it's not even that you find it. Just stop doing dumbass shit, and that's that's who you are. Who you are is like if you had a negative thought and you went and killed somebody or you did something you regret, you don't like that feeling, right? So that isn't you. A mistake, you make a mistake, it's called a mistake because you know it's not something you should do. That's why you call it a mistake. So that's not you. So that's nothing to do with enlightenment. It's just you not fucking up. Stop being a fuck up. And you not being a fuck up is what people call enlightenment, which is fucking weird. It isn't that deep. But yeah, he said a lot of people, they don't know they have to deprogram shit. They think that they're all set and everything is. And that's something you don't want to do, because if you think everything's good, then that's when the universe, when something happens in life, you're gonna start thinking the demons are out to get you, or oh, I'm getting attacked, or it's not even really that. It's just nobody told you that you were good. Like, things happen in life. Shit happens. Deal with it. Even when you have all these people, they put an overemphasis on peace and having peace, and like in the breatharian community, they'll talk about pranic state and peace, which all of that shit is retarded, because things are gonna happen to you. So then they'll even tell you, oh, negative things and positive things happen. No, things happen. It ain't negative, it ain't positive. It's fucking life. Life happens. Bad things happen, good things happen. And I don't even say they bad and good. It's just a fucking experience. If you're walking on the floor, you walk over grass, you walk over tile, you walk over cement, you walk over concrete. Is anyone really better or good when you're walking over it? Do you feel different? Like, no, it's a platform. If you're gonna go pick up a check from the mail, if you have to walk over grass, concrete, or sidewalk, or dirt, is it gonna matter? No, you just care about you see what I'm saying? It's an experience. I'm just saying what it is. Yeah, I know you ain't playing victim. I know you're not playing victim. I wasn't like, if you thought I wasn't saying that you're playing victim. Yeah, I know you ain't, but I don't even think you can even really like play victim now. Like most people, they're just projecting like how much they don't know when they play victim. It's like me complaining, because anytime you play victim, you're pretty much stating that you don't have a solution to your problem. Because that all that energy you're complaining and saying you're a victim about, you can be spending that time and energy to actually do it. If I'm complaining how I need somewhere to sit down, why would I complain about needing somewhere to sit down? Just take my ass to a bench. Like, imagine I spent 20 minutes complaining how I don't have nowhere to sit. Whereas I could have just took my ass to a bench. I could have went to Home Depot, got me those foldable chairs, and then I would have had somewhere to sit. But yet you spent 2 hours complaining about I don't have nowhere to sit, whereas 2 hours could have been spent going to Home Depot, buying an unfoldable chair, going to a park, sitting on a bench, going to an auditorium, taking a seat. It's so many ways. You see what I'm saying? Like, so take that in every time somebody's a victim. All that time you're complaining. Like, even like out here, like there'll be some of these MGTOW that'll say women don't like to hear men complain. And like me, I'd never really, because me, I'm very intelligent, and I think I'm smarter than like 99% of people. And the 1% I don't think I'm smarter than, I don't look at them like they're smarter than me. I just look at it like neutral. But I don't think, because I don't think anyone's smarter than me, and I don't think I'm like, but I do think I'm smarter than a lot of people. But this is why I never talk to people. Like, I never tell people my problems like that, because I look at it like, who the fuck can this person help me with? Like, I'm more smarter than them. Like, you know how you have some, like, I need somebody to talk to. Growing up, I never like could just talk to somebody like that. Like, to be honest, like really, when I was younger, I made certain like maybe certain things, but especially like as I got older, like if I have an issue, I don't like to really tell people, because it's not because I don't want to come off as weak. It's more so I don't want to, like, not even I don't want to, but I look at them like this person's an idiot. Because most people in my life, I look at that they're not that intelligent compared to me. So if I if I tell them my problem, what the fuck can they do? Like, I'm helping them with my problem. You see what I'm saying? Like, there's people who come to me and I ask them, and I help them. And even then, I don't really help them, because a lot of the advice I give them, they don't even do. But you guys get what I'm saying. Like, I just can't. Yeah, for real. MGTOW motherfuckers is funny. I don't even think anybody calls themselves Mig. MGTOW used to be big back in like 2016. I remember that. It used to be big. I think like it feels like the only people who are MGTOWs are like government feds, like they're fake MGTOWs, or like they pretended to be MGTOWs, or those are the only real MGTOWs. I don't think any real regular person like me and you will actually call themselves MGTOW. Because you notice you'll never see that, because the social media is the social media world is different than the real world. You got to understand that is different. If you go in the real world, you never hear people in the real world talk about social media. Like, you'll never hear the word troll in real life, and you'll never hear the word MGTOW in real life, and you'll never hear um, meme jokes in real life. Things on the internet, they stay on the internet. This is how you could tell the internet is not the real world. The internet is actually, not to say people aren't on the internet, but anybody who's that heavily invested in the internet is a miserable person. Anybody who isn't, who just watches, because everyone's watching the internet. I'm not gonna say everyone who's on social media, but the people who are in the real world who watch social media, they're doing real shit. They're not gonna be on the social media talking. Like, I've never heard anybody use the term MGTOW on social in real life. And I could tell if somebody's on social media based upon the words they use. Like, certain words that are from social media that people use, I could see they're on social media. Like, there's one, I was all walking and I heard this person was all talking about how somebody's about to crash out. And I'm like, okay, I could tell he watches a lot of social media. He watches a lot of videos of because they're pushing out that energy where they go on TikTok and shit, like people crashing out. That's where the whole term crash out comes from, is from social media. And these videos you see of people just in public doing crazy shit like that. And then they have certain, so that's, I could tell based on him using that word, he watches a lot of social media. Because where would you never heard the, especially when you see most individuals, most people don't do shit but go to work and come home and go on the internet. Ain't nobody out having, nobody has experiences in life like they used to. So when you see people talking, especially younger generation, because at least the older generation, they kind of had experience at one point, most of them. But when you see people talking, especially if they're younger, you know they're getting it from social media. Because where did you get that knowledge from other than social media? Like, nigga, you've never crashed out before. And it wasn't even called crashing out. It was just called, nigga, I'm going to cuss this motherfucker out because I felt some type of way. And you just acted upon it. But once you start hearing, like, I would hear these, because I was in a library, this is like a year ago. There was this homeless bum ass nigga, like, he was going crazy And this was around the full moon. He was going crazy. He broke the computer. And it's like, you stupid bitch, stop fucking look. And then there was a bunch of kids because they just got let out from school. And it was like probably like third, fourth graders. And then the kid was like, did you see that homeless guy crash out? And I'm like, who the fuck taught you that word, nigga? Like, you know damn well that little kid doesn't have that much experience. He doesn't. It's because they watch social media. So like this is how you could tell like there's certain lingo and things like MGTOW and other words. There's a lot of terms I can't think of them right now that people use, and you guys know what I'm talking about. Like they use on social media that they don't use in the real world, and that's how you could identify if somebody is like on social media, like because they're using a lot of these terms and these words. He's like, now I hear meme jokes from children. Really, you've heard it or you've never heard it. You probably only a handful, and even then, it's like you don't really hear it because it's the internet. It's not really you don't hear me. I don't even hear. I don't even hear the word meme. Like, because when you go on the internet, you're thinking certain things on the internet. Like, I could go watch a video, it gets 100 million views, it gets 10 million views, and yeah, we know some of these views are fake, but at the end of the day, we all know most people are on the internet nowadays. But for as many people that are on the internet, you don't even hear a lot of this shit in real life. It's like the internet is it's like it's a secret world that isn't secret. Like everybody's on the internet, but in real life, nobody really talks about the internet like that. Yeah, there may be like some type of Diddy case that they talk about or whatever, but like stupid shit like that. But it's never really like other aspects of it. So it tells you like it's just weird. Yeah, motherfuckers be on like turning into racist. But the thing is though, like you gotta look at it. Like most people ain't shit though. Like I don't look at like you said people are turning into racist, but you gotta look at like that's not important. Who's turning into a racist really? The people that have any type of influence really, they were already racist. If you really look at it, the people that are mainly turning into racist, if you even want to say that, would be a person who's beneath me, who isn't worth shit. Like the typical cracker who works at Home Depot lifting my fucking lumberwood into my truck. That's a typical fucking racist white. Like that's not he's beneath me. That doesn't affect me. The people who you could say do have an influence, some way, shape, or form, like this bullshit government, they always been racist. People at the police department, they always been racist. So anybody that anyone that was always racist, they always been racist. If you want to say people are turning into racist, if you're turning into a racist in 2025, you're like a regular person who's most likely beneath us. So you ain't shit. You probably work a regular job, you do regular shit. You probably complaining about tariffs and taxes and inflation. If you're a white person and you're complaining about tariff, taxes, or inflation, I don't look at you as shit really, and I'm not saying that it's a disrespect to white people because there's black people who complain about that shit, Mexican, so any race, but you're not just because you have a white skin, you're not looked at as special to me. Like if you're complaining about tariffs, you're complaining about bills, you're complaining about like get the fuck out of here, and even it don't mean shit. So if you're gonna say, oh, you're racist and black people, they're a problem. Like if they're a problem, then get the fuck out of here. And if you don't want to get the fuck out of here, then do something about it. Like you're not about to do shit. Um, even the people in government, like they don't like fucking black people, but they've been not liking it. You already know that. It's always been a problem for them. But you got all these people acting like black people are somehow like a problem or an issue. Whereas like motherfucker, like we've always been a problem or issue to the system. Haven't you seen the civil rights and all this bullshit? So this is nothing new. The people who try to act like who say that, like you say, people turning into racists, anybody turning into one, just somebody who's just a regular person. Anybody who is like part of the system, they've always been racist. Always gotta remember that. There's never been a time people were racist against anyone really. And let me charge my phone. Shit. Thank goodness, almost at 2%. So you got to keep that in mind. I don't give a fuck about no damn cracker just because you got cracker skin. Just, oh, I don't care, nigga. Like, just because you're white, that don't mean shit. You still got to pay taxes. You still, bitch, there's white people out here. Like, I grew up in a with parents who have money, a little bit of money, and I always grew up in. I always lived in a fucking suburb. When I was living with my parents, my dad and my mom, I always lived in a house. I never lived in an apartment. I live in an apartment now, but growing up as a kid, we always lived in a good neighborhood, good shit. So there's white people I lived. I lived better than a lot of white people growing up. The fuck? So I don't give a fuck about no motherfucker telling me like, oh, I'm white. Like I don't give a fuck, bitch. You white and you still didn't have the opportunities I motherfucking had. Shit I had in my motherfucking life. So you can kiss my ass. I don't give a fuck about that. Like talk about, oh, you black and I don't give a fuck. You don't, and then you don't have to like black people. That's another thing that pisses me off about black people. They want this white man's validation. Like you'll have people say, "Oh, this white individual. Did you hear what he said about this black person?" Like, I don't give a fuck what he said. If a white person doesn't like black people, that's his prerogative. You don't have to like. It shouldn't be. There's no law saying you have to like me. Once you start getting disrespectful to me and you start laying hands and you're harassing me, then that's harassment. And that's with anyone. You can go up to a fucking white person and I'm black and I don't even have to say nothing racist and they can harass me. A white person can harass me without saying nothing racist. So you don't. But it's the thing. You don't have to like my skin. You don't have to even. I don't care. Black people just want validation, and a lot of it is programming. Black people want validation for for I don't know what the fuck it is. Like they just very like they feel like they need to give some type of. I don't give a fuck if a cracker don't like me or not. Like I don't care. Like if I'm upset and if I'm angry, I'm gonna say what I have to say. If I don't like you, I'm gonna say I'm not gonna feel a certain way. Like oh, I don't want them to perceive me. Like I remember one day one of my parents, somebody in my family, I forgot who it was, but they told me you can't do what white people do, and you got to be presentable because when you're out here and they're gonna look. First of all, if I'm in a position or if I'm in a place and I'm trying to put an image out there, I'm gonna obviously be professional. But if I just see some people and they like if you're at a job interview, you obviously want to be professional, regardless if the interviewee is white, black, Mexican. It don't matter. You need to be professional because they're in a position where you need them. Otherwise, you wouldn't be at the interview. You can't have an ego at an interview. Makes no sense. So you gotta be professional. But that's where it lies. I don't care if the guy's white and I'm at an interview. I'm gonna be professional, not because he's white, because I'm at an interview. Even if he was black, I'm gonna be professional because they're interviewing me. I need them because I'm at an interview. So there's no ego involved. But if I'm out at a fucking restaurant and the bitch didn't get my order right and they're being disrespectful, I'm gonna get upset and angry and I'm gonna be loud. I'm not gonna be, oh, I'm black. I don't want them to look at me. I don't give a fuck what the fuck you look at me, bitch, because you're not paying for my meal, bitch. Kiss my ass. Black people said they're like, oh, I don't want to be ghetto. I don't want to be this. I don't give a fuck what you think. Especially if you're like one of the 99.9% of white people, you're regular. You work at fucking like this stupid ass white dude was all like, oh, it's good. I remember I seen this. It was this troll comment. He's like, it feels good to be white with privilege. And I'm like, nigga, you wearing a whole fucking safety vest. Get your ass back to the crossing rock and make sure nobody gets hit by the car. You a fucking bum working at, and you got a safety vest on. At least if you're gonna say that, nigga, don't take a fucking profile picture with your safety vest on, like you just got off a 16-hour shift. You don't have privilege, bitch. You wearing that safety vest, bitch. I have more privilege. I don't work, bitch. I've never worked at no place where I have to wear a safety vest. They talk about what white privilege do you have, bitch? If you have to wear a safety vest, bitch, you a fucking slave. You're not shit, nigga. Don't be talking about no white privilege and you wearing a safety vest. And I said that in the comment. All I said was, nigga, you wearing a safety vest. Where's your privilege? And like, it was like over 100 people like my shit. And I'm like, you retarded. And I don't give a fuck about the like, but it just showed what I was saying was it made sense because how are you talking about privilege and you wearing a safety vest? So you just got off work or you're about to go to work or you're on your lunch break, dude. Like you don't got no privilege. You a regular ass cracker. That's nothing. And even the niggas who do got money, they don't even fuck with you and they ain't shit. The only reason a white person who has money, the reason they have money is because they're able to scam people through tax dollars and steal tax dollars from people because they created a system where they killed millions of people called Native American, and then they created a system where they make you work and pay tax dollars, and then they steal the tax dollars, and that's how a rich white person exists. If it wasn't for taxes and them stealing it and them creating a system where you have to work, pay taxes, and they steal that tax dollars and pay and fund their lifestyle, a rich white person wouldn't exist because before this whole system came, they were poor living in the mountains and they didn't have shit. This is why they have to come over here and kill the native, take their land, create a money system, and then make you pay taxes, and then they make their job is creating tax laws and taxes and finding ways to collect taxes. That's their job. That's why there's so many tariffs. That's why they have to do inflation because they're running out of money right now. Their system isn't working. They're losing money. So this is why they have to raise the price of Xbox to $649. Video games cost $80. They have to do tariffs and inflation. They're about to shut down a whole bunch of CVS and Walgreens because they're running out of money. And they have to lay everybody off and throw everybody in jail. All of this shit is because they're losing energy. Remember I told you is people are going bankrupt. Everyone, not even just money. It's spiritual. It's a spiritual energy. Don't look at the money. Look at it like on a spiritual level. They're going bankrupt and broke spiritually, and it plays out in other means. So even if like a billionaire right now, he may have a lot of money, but there's other things happening in his life that he's insecure and he's angry and upset about. So like they have to do the shit they're doing. It's like it all trickles down because we're moving into a new time. I think the resources on this land is dwindling. That's one of the reasons I feel that the quality of all the food, the goods is going down. It's not. I don't think they're doing it on purpose. It's because there's not enough resources in this land like there was before. So when they make a product, like they're making, like they have a PS5, right? I got the PS5, right? The Pro version. I just seen an article saying that they're going to be releasing a new one, and I looked up like what was in the new one, and they said they're restructuring the components. So like there's a certain piece in it they use copper wire to make it. They're going to be using plastic. So like they're using, and they say to keep the cost down. That could be a possibility, but why do you have to keep the cost down? Why didn't you have to keep the cost down when you made the original one like 2-3 years ago? It's because something's happening that obviously they're not going to tell you about. There's something going on where this system it's like it's failing. So within the next few years, it's gonna be. That's what I'm saying. Like you guys have to really like. That's why I say detach, because once Saturn gets into Taurus, that's when it's really gonna like. Because Saturn does not like to be in Taurus, and if people don't wake up, like once Saturn hits Taurus, that's when like it's really like all this like, economic tariff and the government's really going to be hurting bad, and they're going to impose that on the people. And this is why you really don't want to be attacked. I'm not saying you're not gonna don't have nothing and you're not gonna have nothing, and but try to be more minimalist, but don't force it. Don't force minimalism. Don't be like, oh, I got like once you do the inner work and you be yourself, then you're gonna it's gonna come natural to you, not needing shit. Don't force it. Like don't be like, oh, I'm gonna get rid of my TV. Don't force it. Let it come natural, and that's the proper way to do it. You got to be yourself and make it natural. And this only resonates to people who really resonates to. It's not going to resonate to everyone on that, because my information really ain't for everyone. At the end of the day, I'm not. That's not my specialty in teaching everyone. I don't give a fuck about everyone to even teach people like that. There's other people who can do that, but I teach people who resonate what I want to go, who what I'm going through. And if it resonates, that's who I'm talking to. If it doesn't resonate with you, then get the fuck off my page. Find somebody else who they're able to teach. Because that's one thing I would tell you. I don't know how to teach for everyone. I don't. I only know how to teach the people I fuck with and people who resonate what I'm going through. And that's it. When it comes to being able to take what I went through and bring it down to a level like everyone else, I could possibly do that, but I don't want to waste my time or energy and do that. At least right now, at least right now in my life. Maybe later, but at least right now I don't. Shout out to C Chi. Was good with it. I haven't seen you in a minute. Haven't seen you in a while. Yeah, it's been probably like over a year or something. Been a minute. But yeah. What time is it? 2, 3. Man, I was gonna go to the store. Guess I really don't feel like going to the store. Man, I was gonna tell you. Well, I don't know. I might tell you guys. Yeah, yeah. I'll tell you guys what happened. So I guess the other day, right? It was fucking. I don't even know if I want to tell you guys. Yeah, fuck it. I'll tell you guys. So I guess a couple days ago, right? I don't know. I'll save it for next live stream. I'll save it for like next live stream. In the beginning, I'll tell you guys. Like I don't want to say it right now. I'll think about it, and I'll probably tell you guys next live stream because something happened a couple days ago, and it was actually hella funny in a way. Yeah. It was weird because the reason like it just how it played out. It was I could tell it was spiritual. Like that's why I tell you everything that goes on in your life is a spiritual thing. Anything good or bad happens, you need to like analyze it, and you'll be able to see what is like what's going on. Like it's like things are just so clear to me now. It's so clear to me. Like when anything happens, I'm able to like spot the energy where it's coming from, and that's what you guys need to be in. Be in a mindset where you can spot the energy, be able to reach your environment and the energy and people. Like even as much as I talk on here, I feel like with everything I say doesn't even do the justice because it doesn't do it any justice of what I experience. When I'm out and about experiencing, I feel like I have more knowledge when I'm out experiencing the world. Like I teach myself just by putting myself in certain situations. I'll sit here like I'll be in a certain situation and I will automatically move and go a certain way. And then after the event is done, I'm able to look back and be like, oh yeah, I did that because of that. But when I was doing it, it's like you can't you can't teach nobody how to drink water, but you know how to drink water. You can't teach nobody how to breathe, but you breathing 24/7, even when you're asleep. Otherwise, that's how it is. Like when I'm out and about, there's certain things I do that it's just subconscious. I just act. But then when I look back at the situation, if I didn't go through that experience, I wouldn't have known to do that. But when I was in the experience, I automatically knew to do that. So that's kind of like how it is. It's interesting. I'm sure this happens to some of you guys too. Like that's why I say experiences is like the best teacher. Because when you're out in life, then especially when you have a certain level of awareness, it's like so it makes so much everything is so clear, and you automatically know how to move. Like I was like I could just read people's like I was in the fucking aisleway the other day. It was a couple weeks ago. I was at Whole Foods, right? And I was in the supplement aisle. And I was in the supplement and I was gonna get one of these supplements. And then I see one of these workers, they walk by, they look at me. Like he's all looking at me like, oh, is he gonna steal something? I knew this motherfucker was gonna come back. I can like read energy so good. So right when he walked by, I walked out the aisle and he turned around and like he tried to try to sneak up on me, but I ended up sneaking up on him because I could read minds like that. Like I could read energy so fucking good. Like I know what somebody's gonna do. I know what not to say, or what to say to like, because people like the average human being, and I'm not saying this works on everybody, but since especially since we have social media and most people are brain rot, this works on 99% of people. Most people don't have an individuality. Most people are the same. Most people don't have their own uniqueness to them. So they're operating based upon a certain mental template the system created, social media created, and just all these programs. So when you're able to know this, you automatically know once you deal with a certain amount of people, and me being the age that I'm at, I've ran into damn near all of these programs. And I'm not saying I ran into all of them, but I ran into a lot of them. And since most people are the same and cookie cutter, everybody's a cookie cut version of the other person. Once you reach a certain level of experience, you damn near can say you've experienced all types of people. So when a person looks at me a certain way, when they walk a certain way, even the way their eyes look, their facial expression, I can tell what type of time they're on, and I know what to do, what to say. So once that nigga he looked at me, I knew he was gonna come around. I knew it because it's a certain program. So what I did was I just left, and when I left, I almost bumped into him because he didn't think I was gonna come back. So I almost bumped into his ass, and then I was like, okay. And then, when he walked, he the fact that I walked out, he didn't his suspicious wasn't on me, so he wasn't suspicious of me no more. So what happened was he just left and he walked away. Cause like when motherfuckers follow me, I follow them. That's what I do. Like I follow them. Like you're not gonna follow me, bitch. I'm gonna follow you. And then if I'm following you and you're still trying to follow me, then that's why I know. Okay, I'm not. You see what I'm saying? Like you gotta know. Like you gotta know because everyone's a copycat. Everyone like Haruka said it. Everyone's a fucking copycat. Nobody has their own aura. Even with all these, this is why I say all of this fake spiritual shit. Cause even these people who say they're spiritual and all this, and oh, I'm a chosen one. You're not no chosen one because when I look at you, when I look at your energy, even when I interact with you, you're the same. You're like a regular person. You're nobody different. Like I could just see it. They say don't judge a book by its cover. At one point in time, maybe that could have hold up. 2025, nah. You better judge a book by its cover, even down to how a motherfucker looks, how they talk, especially when you see it like I noticed certain people they have it's called phenotype. A phenotype is how a person looks, how they talk, how they walk, how they act. A black person can have a different phenotype. A person that has black skin can have a different phenotype than somebody else who has black skin. So there could be a person that's light skin, same tone as me, but they have a different phenotype as me. So the way their lips look, the way their nose, the way their eyes, the way their head is shaped, the way they talk, just that alone, it gives off a certain way they think. So this is why when, and not to be racist, but when you see most white people, they don't know nothing. Any person that talks deep spiritual shit isn't white. There are white people who are into spirituality, but there's no white person who's spiritual. They have, and if they are spiritual, it's because they're learning from somebody that is like closer to like an indigenous type tribe, whether it be like an Asian, an Indian, or an African. You'll never see a white person fully have their own because that white phenotype, they're not capable of processing the knowledge of spirituality. This is why a lot of them have to go into religion. This is why a lot of them have to go to India. Oh, I'm going on a fucking a journey. What do they call it? A trekking journey, or fuck. There's a word they call it where they go on a pilgrimage. We're going on a pilgrimage to the fucking Appalachians to speak with the Buddhist monks, but you're going to go speak to some Asian people. You're going to go speak to some Indians, or you're going to go speak to some Africans. Like they don't have their own because it's their phenotype. They can't, they don't have a certain level of thought to even create their own spirituality. So this it plays out in the way they talk. That's why when you see white people, they talk like, hey, yeah, and they talk a certain way, and they look a certain way, but they don't have no soul, and they don't have no nothing in them. White women are spiritual. closest to being spiritual. That doesn't mean they're spiritual. But the only reason because they're feminine. It's the feminine energy. Females are more tapped into that yin energy more so than the men. But I don't even want to say that because there are men who are more spiritual than some females. But for what you're saying, it is right because it's that yin energy. That's why you see a lot of the white people of the male, and they'll say, "Oh, this girl's into astrology and into tarot cards," and then they talk about it like it's negative. And don't get me wrong, they use tarot cards. Like the white women, most of them they don't know how to even do tarot cards because they're not doing it right, and they're copying that shit. Like, when you see all that tarot shit on YouTube, like that shit is all bullshit. They're not using tarot what it's actually meant for. Like how are you pulling a tarot card every day, bitch? You didn't even let the other one play out. It doesn't make sense. Or they'll do astrology, and it will be based upon how to what day should I go out and make a move, or the moon's in fucking in Taurus, so I should focus more on like more so is like the moon's in Taurus. I'm gonna do this, and the reason I'm doing this is because what I was doing when the moon was in Scorpio 6 months ago. So it's a culmination and how this connects to this, and then this plan, this and this, and based upon what I'm supposed to be doing and what my goal is, like it's not predicated on that. It's predicated on oh, the moon's in Aries and the government's gonna have a war when sad, like all this dumbass shit. Like it's stupid fucking retarded astrology and this retarded fucking tarot. And to be honest, like if you're really on a certain level, if you're really tapped in, you really don't even need to be doing tarot and astrology. But the only reason you would do it is to amplify. It's like you don't need to spend $100,000 on a vehicle. You get one for 15,000, but you get one for 100,000. It's gonna drive better. You're gonna have more protection on the road. It'll last longer. So that's kind of like with astrology. You don't need astrology really, but if you do it, it's gonna amplify what you got going, and you can be able to. You can be in more in alignment and amplify what you're already doing. But to be honest, you really don't need any of that to really even do your shit. But if you want to amplify it and things to work more smoother and to get the most out of what you're trying to bring into this world, then that's good to use astrology and tarot. I wouldn't say it's useless, but you really don't even need it to even get your shit right. But like what was saying something about about you get this is why you gotta like look at people and be able to judge one motherfucker like because based upon this goes beyond just white, because I don't even want to just say white because there's black people. Have you ever seen a black person and they have white features? Like every black person or most black people that I see who act white and they have white features, they don't have the same level as in as knowledge and soul vibe as I see with people like because it's the phenotype. So there could be a white person, there could be a white man and a black man. They're closer than a white person who has a certain phenotype than that white person and that black man. So a black person can be more connected on a white to a white. This is why you see those black people all they hang out with white people because their phenotype, the way they think. So they even if you actually talk to these people, they think like a white person. So it's nothing really to do with just the skin tone. It's the phenotype. It's weird. Like I've seen it. Like I noticed what like I went to the tire shop to get one of my tires repaired, and it was a foreigner guy. And usually foreigners, like they're chill, they're cool for the most part. At least from my experience, like most of them they're cool. But this one, like he acted like an American. Like he acted like when I see a foreigner that acts American, I fucking hate that shit. I'm like, dude, don't you have your own shit? Like, why are you so wet off American culture? America ain't shit. Like people here, and I'm not talking about like the real true America and shit. I'm talking about this fake ass system because that's what they're copying. I'm like that shit ain't shit, dude. Like that's what I'm saying in my mind. Like I seen this guy, like the way. he was talking and acting like you could tell he was a foreigner trying to be American. And then right off the bat, I didn't like his fucking energy. Like I'm all telling him what the fuck happened to my tire and shit. And he's all trying to act like he didn't say it, but he's trying to act like I don't know what I'm talking about. I have to pay $50 for him to look at my car because it might be damaged. I'm like, bitch, you don't even know if it's damaged because everything I told you is what I told you. You wouldn't even know my car was damaged if I didn't tell you what happened to it. Dumb motherfucker. So now all of a sudden, like, because I said I was driving and I heard a noise and it was from my tire. And then I told him I went over a ditch. And he's like, oh, I don't think it's your tire because the tires don't make noise. But bitch, I was driving my car and I heard it come from my tire. And I told you I went over a ditch because what happened was my tire was flat. And I went over a ditch and the ditch made my tire even more flat. Because as soon as I went over the ditch, I started hearing noise from my tire. So what happened was when I went over the ditch, my tire that was already had issues and it was already flat, I went over the ditch and it let out more air. So when I went over the ditch, as soon as I went over the ditch, like about 5 minutes later, I started hearing weird ass noise from my tire. So I'm thinking it's because the ditch. And it was because of the ditch, it let out more air. I go to this motherfucker, right? Just and I tell him what went wrong. And I went over the ditch and he's like, oh, I don't think it's the tire, but I think it's something else that you're gonna have to pay $50 so we can look at it. And in my mind, I told him, no, I'm just gonna go drive it and test it out. And he like laughed, like, why would I drive it if there's an issue? I'm like, bitch, I drove it over here. You just want $50 from me. So that's why I just left his ass and I went and got the tire repaired at another shop because this stupid ass said, oh, we don't have your tire size here. And he didn't offer to even order the tire. He could have always said, oh, I went to two other places and they said they didn't have my tire size, but they offered to order it and for me to come later in the afternoon and they can fix it. The other people were going to charge me way more money, so I said fuck them. And the Mexican dude, he only charged me like $80 for it, which I was like, it was way less than the other fucking place. So I just took his shit but he ordered it for me. The other dude, he didn't even order it for me. And that nigga just said, oh, we don't have the tire here. You're gonna have to find somewhere else. But fuck that dude. Fucking dumb. But yeah, like I was remembering what I was saying. The reason I said all that because his phenotype and his energy the moment I seen him and I started talking to him, I knew he was a person I don't like. Not because of what he said, but the way he looked, the way his eyes and the way he was talking. Like anytime I see somebody and they talk, like he talks like somebody like in the government. Like they have that certain like I hate that voice. Like when I see something like that, like I feel like people they could pick up on me because they could pick up on it because every time I see every time I hear somebody's voice and they sound like they're from the government or they look a certain way, I have a certain level of resentment towards them, and it's so strong. I think like if they could pick up on it because they start kind of having an attitude with me or something, and maybe they could pick up on it. Just I don't like that energy. I can't be if I'm around that energy too long. I'm gonna end up arguing with that individual. I will end up arguing with them if I stay around it too long. Like I just don't like that energy. And like I picked that up the moment I seen this motherfucker. Like he just had an energy. I'm like, because they talk like somebody like you know how like these they talk like they're just full of shit. Somebody you can't trust. Like you hear like a politician or somebody on the news. Like they just try to talk to you like they know. Like bitch, get your stupid ass. You don't know a damn thing. Like I don't even trust you. Just for you to have that energy. Like you know something. Like that's untrustworthy. Like I don't trust you. Like if I see somebody with a degree or diploma and they try to act like they know something or like I'm telling the dude what happened to my tire, he's acting like I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm like nigga, I just walk the fuck up out of here and go somewhere else. The fuck I don't need your shit. Like I know what I'm talking about. I'm not saying like I know everything, but at the same time I don't know everything. I don't know what type of underwear your grandma's wearing. I don't want to know. So I don't know everything. But I know what the fuck I know, nigga. And I know that you're wrong, and that's why I didn't go to your fucking shop, stupid ass nigga. And it was like some foreigner. And I'm like, who the fuck is you? Like, first of all, you're a foreigner and you're working at a tire shop. At least if you're my dad was a foreigner from Nigeria, but he came here, he owned businesses. He had a good career. He made money. Every person I know, my dad's friend, that they were foreigners, they had a business. I remember I went to one of his friend's houses. He lived in Oakland Hills. House is a big ass. It took us like 20 minutes to drive up the hills to get to that fucking house. Mansions and shit in there. I guess he was renting it out and to people or whatever, or he bought it for cheap and he was gonna renovate it. We helped him move out some stuff in the mansion, or it was like a big house. The next door was like a fucking mansion, but his house was like a big, like they renovated the next one, but we were there and shit. Like they're foreigner people, but at least he was onto something. This motherfucker, he's came to America. You working at a tire shop, nigga. Just like that other fucking foreigner bitch. The bitch, you like 50 years old. She's all looking at me like to see if I'm stealing something and shit, looking at my stuff. Saying, "Oh, he's son, bitch. You're not intelligent than me, bitch." Like the only way, first of all, the only way you'll ever catch me stealing anything is if you look at the cameras. That's the only way. Like, I'm more intelligent than you, bitch. You're never gonna see me take anything, and you're a fucking retard. That's why your ass didn't have any proof, bitch. Like, go check the cameras if you want to. If you're not checking the cameras, leave me the fuck alone, because you're not gonna get any. I'm more intelligent than you, because I pick up on spiritual energy, bitch. Like, I have intuition. You're following me. I I have certain vibrations in my body that's gonna tick and tell me to get the fuck up out of there. Like something is gonna tick in my legs, or I'm gonna feel a jolt on my back if you're following me. So don't fucking follow me, you stupid bitch. You're a retarded dumbass bitch. How you come home from you work you all you this bitch is like some fucking Slavic bitch come from like Eastern Europe. She like the broke ass. You know how they have Germany and France, the rich white European country. She's from like the broke ass, starving, poverty Eastern European, like Slavic and fucking what are those countries like Uzbekistan, like one of them fucking low class, dirty white Europeans. You coming over here and you work at fucking Publix. How the fuck you coming over here working at a grocery store, bitch? Stupid ass. Like usually when I see a foreigner, they usually got some money, they got something. Like that's one thing I noticed. Like when I was in California, it seemed like most of the foreigners that come to California, they're like the more wealthy foreigners because they either have their own business or they work at a place where they making money. But it seems like in the South, all the foreigners that come here are like the foreigners who can't afford anywhere else. Because like think about it, if you're a foreigner and you're coming to America and you got to come to the South, you must be a very broke ass foreigner most of the time. Some of them probably just want to come out here. But I noticed like I've never seen like so many Eastern European white people and even Nigerians. I've never seen a Nigerian work at no store unless they own the store. Usually, if a Nigerian, if I know Nigerians, they work in the stores because they own it, or they have businesses, or they probably doing something where they making a lot of money in some type of career, or whatever. That's from when I was living at. When I come over here, I see fucking like Africans working at Walmart. Like I've never seen that shit. I've always assumed like it's weird. I know there's a lot of like broke ass fucking foreigners that come out here and they want to act like, don't act like you somebody and you out here and you working at a regular job like everyone else. Because the foreigners my dad's friends and shit, they just mind, they cool, they're like more laid back, they drink and they just funny and they chill. The ones over here, they got a stick in their ass, but yet they don't even have a reason to have a stick in their ass because they work a bum ass job. It's just they miserable because they come from their fucking country and they couldn't make it over here in America, so they want to have an attitude. I had no attitude with me, but I've never seen so many, especially Nigerian foreigners. Like I've never seen so many fucking broke, regular Nigerians in my life until I came to the South. When I was in California, only time you'll ever see like a Nigerian or an African if they doing good. Especially if you're like an African, because if they let like Africans that come in America, you have to at least be doing something for them to even bring you in from Africa over here. So I'm surprised a lot of these Africans over here, they probably get brought in by their families or something, or something. That's probably what it is, because like that's what it is. Like have an attitude, man. The fuck out of here. I've never seen no like that's how it is over here though in the South. But where I was from, I didn't see like if I did see Indians, if I did see any foreigners working regular warehouses and shit, it would be like in like Indians. and very few of them, and it'd be like the kids, or maybe not the kids, because the kids they grow up here. Most of the Indians, like it'd be like Indians, but as far as like Nigerian foreigners or just foreign, like especially Eastern, I don't even think I've seen any Eastern European. If I seen a European person from another country, they come in. And when I was in California, they were visiting for the most part. I'm not saying they're not out there, but they were visiting. Like this one nigga, he came from Germany and he was on vacation. That's the only time I can remember seeing like a European out in California where I was at. Like I've never seen them. Like you go to a grocery store, it's mainly Mexicans and whites. Not even really black people. It's mainly Mexicans and fucking whites. Out here, you be seeing like foreigners and shit in the grocery stores, in the convenience, and like especially Eastern European. Like there's a lot of them out here in the South. Like a lot of them, and I think they come out here because when they come out to America, they look for the cheapest place to live in America, and that's the South. So a lot of them they flock out here because they're coming. They want to live in America, but they don't want to pay the extreme. So they come. That's how a lot of them are out here. I noticed. I'm gonna read some more of these comments, and I'll probably be out. Yeah, this certain phenotype, he's like stiff ass pheno. Yeah, it's a certain energy within them. They got a stick in their ass. And it's not just to do with race, because I seen white people, like the white people, all the white people that I'm cool with, they have a certain like energy to them, a certain vibe to them that's different. Like I noticed that, and like people always say don't judge people, and that shit gets me so upset because they say don't judge, but every time I see somebody and they look how I perceive, they end up being that. It's that's why it gets me upset because they try to make you look like you're a hater, or you're a hater, you're judgmental, you're prejudiced towards. No, bitch, I'm seeing it for what the fuck it is. These motherfuckers is like, if I see a person that looks like a demon, and I'm like, okay, this person's a demon. They do demon shit, and like it always confirms when I see somebody who's cool. I got this one nigga I see. He had a cool, even when it comes to, like, I don't want to just put this white, but like I'm starting to see an energy with black people now. Like a lot of black people are pieces of shit. That's one thing I realized. Like most black people ain't shit really. To be honest, like it's not just with white people. Like I'm starting to see this a lot more, especially as of recently. Like you'll see a lot of black people that they're not shit. Like they have some type of attitude, and like there's one thing I can understand you having an attitude towards like the system and white people and what they've done, but you'll see black people like they'll have an attitude with me. I'm like for no reason. Like I'm like the way they look and the way like it's just weird. Like and maybe it's some hood mentality. I think it's some hood mentality shit. Like maybe because if you grow up in the hood, you by default in a way don't like black people. When you're in the hood, you don't like, because think about it, most niggas in the hood who end up losing a homie is by a black person. Most niggas who end up getting backstabbed and snaked by their niggas is by a black person. So if you in the hood, you've had more negative experiences with black people than any other race. Because I noticed that you'll see I noticed black people in the hood, they'll sit there and they'll be so quick to like talk shit and be against their own people, but when it's a white person come, they act all proper and they talk a certain way, and they'll be like, "Oh, did you see Billy? he all tried to dance and do the like they try to like shut the fuck up, dude. Like shut the fuck up." The only time a black person from the hood would talk shit about a white person is if he did something racist, and it'll be out of like he hurt my feelings. They're like, oh, he said the N-word. The white Billy, he said the N-word to me. He's a racist. Fuck that nigga. Then they'll start being on some nigga shit. But if it's just a white regular person, they'll try to sit there and coon out and talk a certain way. And it's not really obvious. You have to really look into it. It's not because you gotta. I see how black people like they'll be another nigga in the hood, and then they'll be clowning on this nigga. Oh, look at your old shoes. Look at this and that. But let it be a white kid walking up in there, and they'll try to be all relatable and cool. And oh, you listen to rap music, dude? Who's your favorite rap song? Oh, he said Lil Durk. I knew he was going to shut your stupid coon ass up trying to look for validation for this cracker. You stupid. Nigga, fuck that cracker and fuck you. Like, that's all most niggas are. So I don't, to be honest, I don't trust black people. To be honest, black and white people are like the most problematic I see. That if you look at all the people that I've really been cool with in my life, weren't black or white. Like, I've never really, like, I've gotten along with some black people. Like, white people, I haven't gotten along with the most. But when it comes to like other races, I've always like throughout high school, the coolest people I was cool with, were everyone but black and white. I had a few black people I was cool with, but besides that, it was other races that I was cool with. White people never really been. Not that I've had issues with white people. It's just most of them. It's just fucking. I don't know. Like, I could never be with no white bitch. I could fuck a white bitch. Don't get me wrong. Like, there's some fine white bitches but mentally, I can't be with them because they're mine. Like, when it comes to white people, not all white, but 99% of white people, I can't hang out with them or be around them because their mind is so like it's so off. I can't talk to them or deal with them like that. Like, that's why I don't see how, like, I see some niggas like they date a white bitch. I can't, like, I could fuck a white bitch. There's some fine, but I couldn't date because after we're done fucking, I have a lot of Aquarius, so mentally, if I'm not there mentally with you, I can't deal with you. And when it comes to white people, I'm just not there. I don't fuck with them mentally. They're just lame as fuck to me. And I used to try to hide certain feelings. It's like, oh, I don't want to be racist, or it's just me hating, or no, I just don't fuck because there's a certain phenotype I don't fuck with. It's a certain phenotype I don't fuck with. But when it comes to fucking a white, I can fuck. That won't be wrong. Like, I don't like look at what race. Like, when it comes to like if a bitch looks good, don't matter what race, the bitch looks good. But I know certain people, like, mentally, it's not there because it's a different phenotype. And this is why when you see some people, have you ever just seen somebody you just don't like by the way they look and the way they think and talk? Like, that's because they're spiritually, they're not the same as you. So you need to stay away from them. What society will have you believe it? You need to try to be cool with them, look past differences. No, that's how people get in fights. That's how arguments that don't need to happen, and that's just where, like, you don't want to do that. This a waste. You're wasting your time. If you don't like somebody's vibe, stay the fuck away from them. Don't be around them. That's your spirit letting you know that it's a problem. I've seen this shit play out throughout my life. This shit is not new. I've seen it. Like, there be times I will see, so I will get a bad vibe, and then I will ignore it. Not because I try to ignore. I do an experiment. Let me just see how this plays out, and it always is the same thing. Yeah, and it's not a race thing. It's not like, oh, I don't like white people because it's a race thing, and it's because it's not that. Let's just say I'm talking to a white person that has nothing to do with race. It's just the shit that they talk about, the shit they give a fuck about, is just lame and it's retarded as fuck. It's weird. I can't put my finger on it. And don't get me wrong, like, black people, they do it in their own way. Black people do it in their own way. Every race does it, but at least when I see other people, like, there's a bit, like, there's never been, I can't even think of, like, I don't know. It's just weird. I can't even think of somebody I've actually been cool with. Well, there's a few people that I'm cool with that are white, but even when I look at these people, there's even within their community, people look at them weird and shit. Their own people. Like, even all the white people I be cool with, the white people in their community look at them like they're kind of like not. They don't even vibe with the other people in their community. So you see what I'm saying? Like, it's something to do with a mind thing, and it plays out into how the body acts and looks, and it's weird. It's just crazy. I think it has to do with a lot to do with the system because like the people who run, I'm not saying this, I could be wrong, but the people who run this system, they're a certain color or skin, and the white people who are in the system who have to pay taxes and work, they are programmed to believe that they have some type of privilege, which they don't. And it's like a programming to keep, because they have to have programming to keep the slaves at bay. So they have it for other, each race they have certain programming. For white people, they have it like you'll have a white person, like they look the average white person will look at the system and the establishment as it's closer to them than it is to a Mexican or a black. You see what I'm saying? But that can't be true because you still paying taxes. I still see homeless white people. You'll even see a homeless white person stick up for the system more than a black person who actually isn't homeless. Like a black person who's working and not homeless will stick up than some homeless white people. You see what I'm saying? Like, and then they'll try to say the reason for that is because of the programming. They think, okay, the people like for example, imagine if black people were president and there was black, everybody who was a police was black, and all of this shit. Did dumb black people think that this is their system? Because you have these black Pan Africans and be like, oh, we need black owned schools, we need black owned business, but that doesn't mean they're for you. Like just because a business is black owned doesn't mean I'm going to support it. Because I may not. They may be not my type of people. They're not my people. They may serve food, and the way they phenotype is, even though they're black, when they make my food, it's gonna have a bad energy and make me have nausea, get me sick, or I'm not gonna enjoy it because they're not my people. But a dumb black person will say, "Oh, black business, they black, we gotta support." That's the same with white people. They think, "Oh, all these politicians, they're looking out for us white people," but yet you still gotta pay taxes. Yet you're still complaining of the price of Walmart goods going up. You're still complaining about all these problems. So, and then yet in this system, there's black people doing better than you. You got a white person out here complaining he can't go viral, crying like a bitch. I can't go viral, but you got Ice Show Speed and Kyson making more money going viral. Where your stupid crack ass is complaining that you can't even get views, and you have to go work at McDonald's, and your TikTok career can't get started. But yet, how's Kyson not have more money? So, not to say that he's looked out more because he's a slave too, but that race shit don't mean shit really. And because anybody that you will see that it has old money or rich, wealthy, if you look at their whole family lineage, their family was nothing but a bunch of slave owners. They killed people and they did dirt and they stole a lot of money from taxpayers. That's the only reason that makes a white person be in an upper echelon class of wealth. Even if you want to say they have a business, where did you get all that money to have a business? Like my dad has some Jewish friends, and the fucking, I remember he was all telling me one day like, do you know the girl? Because I haven't seen these niggas in years. I can give a fuck about them because they ain't my people and they ain't helped me out with shit. So he's all, did you see the daughter of? I don't want to say his name, but did you see his daughter? She owns a catering business and it's over $1 million. And he's like, you should have tried to get into some type of business. Like, I'm like, first of all, nigga, like that that you can't they're in a part of a Jewish community. She was put on with Jewish people. So, because this bitch wasn't shit. She was a regular ass bitch like everyone else. All of a sudden, she has $1 million catering business. Because she's in a certain Jewish community, they have connections. She was able to get loans and they were able to put her up. Dumb, like that's how it is. So, that's what I'm saying. If you're part of that shit, then you're part of it. But there's plenty of white people I know who own businesses and shit. That shit failing. They didn't even get no loans barely. You see what I'm saying? Like it ain't shit. It's what you are. Just because you got white skin doesn't mean shit. You have to be part of something. You got to be like part of like that whole bullshit. And if you're even part of that shit, though, it doesn't mean you did any work. It just means your family lineage and the people that are in your group, they just stole a lot of money and they were able to do it in a more so-called legal way. They stole your money legally, but who cares if something's illegal or legal? Is it lawful? Is it in alignment with the energies? That's what you're looking for. Legal, is a fake synthetic word that they created. Legal, illegal. So when something's illegal, that means some white man with a suit and tie doesn't want you doing it because it hurts his feelings and it's not making him money. That's what illegal means. When something is legal is you can do it because it doesn't affect my money and it doesn't hurt my feelings, so it's legal. But if something is lawful or unlawful, regardless if it hurts my feelings and it makes me money or not, you can do this. That's lawful. That's unlawful. So anytime you hear the word illegal, so they just created ways to make money illegal or make money legally. So a property tax. I'm stealing your money, which is wrong, but it's legal. So I'm gonna call it property tax. So if you don't pay me $10,000 a year for this fucking property you own and you pay it off and you don't have to pay no more rent on it because it's yours, supposedly, if you don't pay me money, I'm gonna take it away from you. That's a fake ass scam. And then now they get money from that. And then now a so-called lazy nigga who doesn't want to work is somehow lazy and he's not ambitious. Like shut your ass up, nigga. No, you have no right. The government has no right to say shit. If somebody's gonna say something, let it at least be the fucking a person who also is in the same situation as that nigga. Let him call. Let a plumber call that nigga lazy. But if you're a politician, if you're the government, shut your ass up. You're a fucking thief. You just steal. None of this shit is theirs. None of this shit is theirs. That's why I can't wait to fuck. I can't wait till these motherfuckers just get out of here, man. Probably about 100 more years. This shit's gonna be like, cause eventually they're not gonna be here no more. Like, I cannot wait for that shit. Get the fuck up out of here. You motherfuckers gonna be gone. That's what's gonna probably most likely happen. Like, because you see how nobody's really waking up nowadays. So what's gonna happen most likely is people are just gonna just have to just perish, and it's gonna have. It may take a little bit longer process than it needs to be, but people are gonna just. It's not gonna be here no more. Yep, people are gonna be gone. Get the fuck up out of here. I'm tired of this shit. It's stupid. I dropped the link if anybody wants to join. Man, I gotta go take a piss. I was gonna go to the store and give me some more juice. Cause I don't drink water. I like to drink mainly juice. I don't like water really, unless I'm on a fast. So I need to go give me some more juice. And it sucks. Like when it comes for me, like so I don't even really like eating and shit because I could only eat like certain shit. Like if my shit isn't organic, I can't even eat it really. Like I can eat it, but I don't like I just like to have like pure organic shit because not that old because it's just not just because it's healthy. Like it's oh you're doing it because it's healthy. No, it's because like the other shit is just disgusting. Oh, somebody entered the studio. A lot of the shit is just disgusting. So I literally don't even like the taste of it. What's going on? It's
Was good?
good.
Was good? You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Yeah, I would just like it's gonna be real quick. What you just said earlier about looking at certain people and if you want to fuck with them or not, I've been
Yeah.
experiencing the same thing. And like no racist, I've been feeling the same way about like looking at certain demographics of white and black people. Um,
Yeah.
even certain demographics of like, immigrants too. But I definitely get what you're saying because it's like they could be fully black, but they got this like white phenotype
Yeah.
to them. Like I don't know how to describe it, but it's like you kind of look like a white boy. And like I said this on my story.
Like
I
like like
said,
like like like, like David Goggins or somebody like that.
yeah, like
Or like he's has a black in him, but you can tell the way he talks and acts, or you can see it.
yeah. And I said this on my Snapchat story. Like there's difference between a proper talking nigga and a whitewash nigga. And
Yeah.
and I could see that. I'm like, damn, these niggas really is whitewashed. Like, go
It's
ahead, go
crazy,
ahead.
and it has nothing to do with intelligent or proper talking or being lit. Because for you to even think that white has to do with talking literate. That's retarded because there's rednecks, there's like hillbillies, there's just like even if you get like even there's white people who talk that so-called proper white, but yet they still have problems paying their bills and they work at Taco Bell. Like, not to say anything's wrong with that, but like you'll see that like I'll see a lot of white people they'll talk like they know what they ought to like have this like assumption that they know what they're talking about. Like everything that they think was discovered by their people wasn't stolen, and that they are somehow like the only people who know about it. Like they'll try to tell you like about the moon or the stars or what's scientifically right or what's right or the or how political science, like whatever the fuck that is, and capitalism and finances are supposed to work. At oh, it works like this, and like nigga, shut the fuck up. You're not even, and you don't even get the benefits of the whole thing. You got to pay taxes like everyone else.
It's funny because like I'm glad you like the you like one of the only people that speaks up about this because I was like, yo, hold up, am I tripping or am I tripping? Like,
And then they want to say, oh, you're racist or you're a hater, which this is why I say that whole hater thing. I'm not saying you should be a hater because you're not being a hater. When you recognize what's real, they try to make it look like, oh, you're a hater, make you feel bad, like, oh, I have
right,
this feel. You may not even actually hate someone or say nothing, but then the system or the people will have you feel bad just for thinking a certain way. And it's like, no, like fuck you. Real recognize what real is. And I don't even want to say that because sometimes a fake person will recognize something real and will stay away from it because anybody who has common sense can recognize what's real, even a fake dumbass. So
right, right. And you was like, you was spitting when you said there's not so much white people on that deep spiritual shit, but every time I go to the hood, I don't even have to go to the hood. Somebody who is a certain demographic, like let's say Mexican, Asian, or black, they always got some steep spiritual game where I'm
so
like,
some wisdom or something.
yeah, so wisdom. And then white,
Even if it's a nigga in the hood, they'll tell you they have that street smart, or
yeah,
they have like some wisdom that they know. They even if they say, "Oh, my grandma used to do this," or back in Mexico, my grandma used to take certain like tools from the wilderness and we used to make our own potions to get rid of our illness. Like there would be something traditional that they use, whereas a white person that has they can't go to anything. They have to, the only thing they can do is
Chat
copy
GPT.
somebody. Say, oh, did you know the Mexicans, the ancients, or the Mexicans, or the Africans did this, or Indians? They even we see these Indians with the pranayama, the breathwork, qigong, all these white people, like that one white dude who does qigong, like the Lee Hogan dude or
Hmm.
some shit. He don't know shit about qigong. He just everything he knows about it, he learned it from an Asian, and even when he does it, it don't even look like. I don't even want to learn it from you, nigga, because you look so like you don't got no fucking style. Like white people don't got style or nothing. Like
No, it's like I know I know what you talk about, but I can't put my finger on it because it's like lately I've been like, okay, yes, I did grow up. Like, look at my house too. Like, I kind of grew up. Me and you probably grew up similarly
yeah,
and stuff like that. But it's like, at first I had a quote unquote all white friend group, but they wasn't even white. Like talking about like we had Hispanic, but like I know what you talk about. It's like that. It's like I'm trying to put this into words, but
yeah.
like.
It's just you. It's pretty much like um, it's a certain way. Like they don't have they don't have no substance in a way.
Yeah,
Not in a
yeah.
disrespectful way. Like it just they don't. And even when I see the white people who kind of have that energy, like there's one white dude I did meet. Maybe he was mixed with Mexicans. Like he looked white. There's one white dude. All the white people I do know, they they're how they grew up. Like the black kid, the white kid who acts black or whatever. You'll see
Hmm.
a few that not the fake ones, but the ones who really went through it. They have more common sense, and it's so I don't want to just put it on just the race thing, but that's why I say 99% because it's like it's something to do with the phenotype or something or like the mind and
Hmm.
what it is. It's like even when you say like a white kid who acts black, it's not just because they grew up in the hood. It's a certain phenotype as well. It ain't just like because this is why you see like a lot of black people, even though they grew up in the hood, they still act like whitewashed and shit. I've seen a few of them, like so. It's like
Oh man.
yeah, it's
Oh,
it's crazy. Go ahead.
I said, oh man, bro. Like at first I was a victim of it. I was like, yo, like, okay, black people, they do have this problem of calling people who talk proper
Yeah,
whitewash.
yeah. They used
But
to call me that. They said, "Oh, you don't talk black." They used to say that shit when I was like when I was younger. So like not like because like me like one thing with me is weird. Like if I were to hang around people who weren't black, they'll think I'm like kind of like ghetto. But if I hang around people with black, they'll think I'm not. But this is how they see me. But when we go out and we act, but like we'll be going out and we used to do shit that's like illegal, and like I always be the one to do like the craziest shit, and like it would just be crazy. And they're like, oh, because I have like I told you, like I have an ascendant, so people they automatically look at me. This is why I always had a lot of issues with people growing up, and even till today, like it kind of plays out in a way because people see me. My ascendant is opposite my sun, and my ascendant's
mhm,
in Virgo, and my sun's
mhm.
in Pisces,
Yeah.
which Pisces and Virgo is the most opposite out of all the opposites. So Pisces and Virgo is more opposite than Gemini and Sag. It's the most. So when people see me, your ascendant is how people the world sees me. They see me a certain way, but when they see who I my actions, and then even my mood is in Aries, which it in conjuncts Virgo, and
Right.
Aries is very like a warrior type, and Pisces is more like I can get kind of like irrational at times on a negative it. So let's just say I'm in like a regular state. Somebody will see me as Virgo, which Virgo is looked at as somebody who's like stuck up, proper. They follow the rules. They're
Right.
very grounded, but they'll see me as that. So they'll think I'm kind of like, oh, he's soft, he's weaker. He ain't somebody like. But when they see who I am and they get to know me, it causes a confliction because they're like, who the fuck do you think you are? They be thinking I'm trying to show out or like because it's not what they expected, and it's
Right.
so like my moon and my sun is so opposing my ascendant. So like that's why I've always had like kind of like problems with motherfuckers, and motherfuckers will say like they'll like have like a like I it's easy for me to get a rile up emotion in most people for no reason. Like people just turn to haters for no reason. And I think it's because of that, because they think I'm somebody, and then when they see who I am, they're like, "How dare you?" or "Who the fuck is he?" Like they think I'm like it's just weird.
Right. Right. And like I appreciate you for shining light on that because I thought I was the only one thinking about this. I was like, yo, hold up. I'm noticing something here. Like there's some black people where it's like, damn nigga, you look like you hang out with us.
For real.
You look like you like I ain't even gonna lie,
Even like I seen like it's just weird. Like even when you see people like I don't know, man. It just you see like a black like a black dude be dating like a white girl. Like they look like they like meant for each other and shit. Like because it's weird. And I'm not saying it's anything wrong, but you can just tell like you can see it because even when I like I said, like I can't fuck with like I can't date no white woman. I could fuck them, don't get me wrong, but I can't date no white. But when I see the black people that can date white women, and I see the type of white women they with, the ones I wouldn't be with, I look. This is what I do every time I see a female. I look at the type of person she's with. If I see a dude, I look at the woman she with. It tells you what type of feel like. If you want to see what a certain type of person, let's just say you see a female, right?
hmm
And let's just say you're attracted to some female, or you want to see a female, and you say she's attractive, and you go and talk to her, whatever, and she says she's not interested, whatever. If you look at the person she's dating, the way he thinks, don't look at it because people say when it comes to women, it's not about how the man looks, more so how she thinks. If a female is with a man and actually cares, it goes beyond just looks. It's how they think. So when you see the dude that she's with, how he thinks, fuck the looks, how he thinks, talks, and how he perceives, that's what attracts the female for most. Women are more attracted to men mentally more so physically compared to men. Where a man, they like a beautiful. People kind of think, oh, women like dudes that look good to them, but they're not gonna be with them for that long. They'll just fuck them and then they'll get tired and cheat on them or leave them. So you gotta look at the mind. And I see like a black dude with like a white girl, and you can see like his mind is so like off. And I'm not talking about what he just fucking her and then just it's some fling. I'm talking about like they've been dating for years and he actually loves her, has kids. Like they have a certain way they think and they act like they're very. And I'm not saying they have to act white, even if they act hood and ghetto. Like because I'll see like, sometimes you'll see like a white girl with a hood, a black guy, but when he's hood, he's like one of those niggas in a hood where he's like the nigga and he's a whitewashed hood nigga. I'm gonna give you an example. A whitewashed hood nigga is a hood nigga who acts hood, but he subconsciously looks at the white man as above him. So he acts like a black person would say, "You hood niggas act ghetto." And how a white person would think a black hood nigga act, that hood nigga would act like that because of the programs the white man put. So that's a nigga who can't who he is what he is because of the programs, not because that's who he really is. So it'd be a nigga that's very like the most hood niggas you see in terms of how they act, talk. I'm not talking about hustling, get money and shit. How they talk and act, that's like a whitewashed hood nigga. So they're a hood because of what they're a product of their environment, but the
Mhm.
environment was created synthetically. So they're more of a product. So I would notice if a hood nigga's with a white woman, it would be like a dumb hood nigga, not really a hood nigga who's really intelligent that knows how to get money. He'll be like the hood niggas in the hood, but they always have to borrow money and never can really get on like that and shit. I know it's like
Mhm.
the niggas that, for the most part, the niggas who got money who get on like they would like a sister, or they would like a Latino bitch, or if they were with a white woman, they would, but with like a whole bunch of different ones, and they don't take it serious. Like I noticed, that's what I've noticed. Like the more successful black people and shit, they're not with white women. Like the only time you'll see it is like if it's like they'll tell you like an NBA star, like movie star and shit. But like even then, like you don't even really see that. At least nowadays, you don't really see it as much as you did before. That was like before.
Mhm.
Nowadays, like I notice when I see it, it's mostly like black people, they'll be with like a Latino or black, or it wouldn't be a white person. But when I say a black dude with a white woman, it's usually like a mediocre regular. Like he ain't really like getting no money or doing nothing like that. Not to say he's poor, but he's like a regular. He ain't no like hustler or like creating no shit. Like somebody who's like look up like for example, like I'm gonna give you you have a LeBron James, and you have the nigga who makes like $1 million contract. LeBron James is like the owner of the fucking. He's like the lead of the NBA and all the players. Like he's like the forefront. Like he's like one of the top
Right.
players. Then you got like
Right.
the low end players, which they still good, but like that's what I'm saying. Like when you see black people who are like these whitewashed black people who are hood, like they're not really because they have the white man's mind. They don't have that get it out the mud mentality. Anytime when you're part of the system and you have to go to college, you got to listen to what social media says to make your move to be successful. The government helped you. When you have to get it out the mud, sell drugs, you got to hustle, you have to start your own shit without help. That's when you actually got it yourself out the mud. So I notice black people who get it out the mud, it's a different phenotype. The white man hates that phenotype. When you think that way, you're a threat to that phenotype. When you listen to the system, and it has nothing to do with you being white, talking white, or acting black more. So it could, but even if you a nigga who's in a hood, most of the time it's like you'll see these niggas. These are the niggas who talk ghetto, act ghetto, but they always tell you, I gotta go to college, I gotta go to school, I gotta go to work, but they don't have their own bitches. I'm like trying to go out and hustle, do their own thing. Like that's the type of what I'm talking about. Like that's a hood nigga. You'll see them with those white bitches more often than a nigga who's like, because that, that's a soldier mentality. When you say fuck this system, fuck this whole thing, that's a soldier mentality. That doesn't correlate with that phenotype. So 99% of the time, anybody with that phenotype is gonna see you as a threat, even though they may not know what you're doing. How you move and act is gonna be a threat to them. So therefore, like when you start doing shit, it's just gonna play out like, oh, it's like you're not part of us, or they're different or whatever. So they don't connect with that. Versus like it's the shit gets kind of deep. Like
Mhm.
just observe. Like next time you're out in public, you see it. Just Even with anyone, anytime you see a girl just dating somebody, you see a man dating a female. Look at how their mind works, and you'll see like, okay, this person with this person because the way they think, they both
You
this
know what?
person's a fucking idiot.
You
So
want to
that's
know.
why she's dating him because they're both idiots. So
You
because
want
yeah, go ahead.
you want to know something. Even if I like, I have my fair share of like messing with white women, too. But like, they would always be the ones that's like, I don't fuck with white boys like that, or the ones that's like,
Yeah,
they're the
they,
ones that like they're hella expressive, or they kind of
yeah.
have some deep
Dude,
edginess to them.
it's weird, and even like even when I would fuck with some black girls, sometimes the ones that don't, even when like I'll see a black girl, if she don't fuck with black people and only fucks with white people, they will act the same. They won't they like what you said about the white girl thing, how she only fucks with niggas if it was a white girl because it's a certain feel, but it's the same with the black girl. Every time I see a black girl who don't fuck with black people, they don't have that phenotype. It's a different phenotype. Like the you see, it's like it's a weird. It's like a certain way they think, the way they talk, the way they act is a certain way differently. When I see a black girl that don't fuck with niggas, it's
Right.
like it's a certain phenotype. It's weird.
Right, right. And it's funny because it's like, oh, I'm a black woman. I can't get white boys. I'm like, it's not that you can't get white boys. It's the fact that you have to look a certain way to them. And I
Yeah,
don't know I don't know how to put it into words. Like, I know what you're talking about. Like,
it's like
but
it's
go
like
ahead.
me. Like I can't like me. Like I could fuck a white bitch, but I can't date one or be cool. Not even just like even like when it comes to people that are white, like even all like the cool. The dude that was cool. This one white dude, he's cool, but it was like it was rare, and it was a one thing. And he is like it was like he had like fucking like I forget. I don't know what it was, but he wasn't like any other like it's weird. Like I can't fuck when it comes to like certain like races. I just can't fuck with them mentally because I have an Aquarius stellium, so it like my Aquarius rules the mind. So I have a Venus and Mars in Aquarius. So when it comes to a female, like we can fuck, but if I'm not mentally like if it's nothing mentally there, it makes it less attractive for me because I
Hmm.
have an Aquarius stellium, Mars and Venus, which is those are sexual signs. It's Mars and Venus, and it's in Aquarius. So if I can't connect mentally, it's like I don't even like I can't do it. Like it just I can fucking shit, but I can't want to date you and shit. I can't just be with somebody just for the sex. For like I could, but eventually like I'll end up cheating, and he'll be like me. It'll be like because I get bored of it, or it wouldn't be stimulating enough. Like it needs to be something mentally there for it to be like
Hmm.
that's what I realized, and I was like, so I can't like I can't even talk like because if I can't hold a conversation, the deep conversation, like I can't be around, like I can't be cool with you like that. And that's how I feel with most white people. Like I can't hold no conversation, and I'm like why is that? Like, don't get me right, other races too. Like I said, black people and there's other races, obviously, but I can count literally on one hand and a few fingers how many white friends I had, and I don't count like me being in grade school. I don't count that. I'm counting like at least probably around mid high school above, especially like I can count really how many
Oh
on my like
man, bro,
on my hand,
my
and I'm like,
bro,
why is this? It's
bro.
weird. Like other, but it's like the reason why is because I just like I can't fuck with them because like not in the race thing. It's just weird, man. Like I can't like how I'm talking on some deep shit.
Hmm.
I've never met nobody like that that's white that I can talk on some deep shit. Like most of the time, it's just some shit that's not important, and it's just like it's like a lower species of human. Like I'm like talking to somebody who's dumb, but then they think they're smart over a bunch of like nonsense. Like everything that they think and talk about is from the government, or it's from this system, or it's from this religion. It's from something. It's not from the soul. Like they talk about the soul people, like black people, they got soul. Not to say all black people do, but like why you have that like even when you hear about Asians, they talk about how the spirit they have their own qigong, they got their own traditional Chinese medicine, they got their own shit. You go to a Chinese person, they can teach you about the medicine and acupuncture. Indian, they got their Hinduism. They got, even when it comes to like certain practices like not eating and fasting, brahmacharya, not having sex, and they call Anidia is which they call not eating. It's like these are Indian practice, even though it was before the Indians. They have a culture in that shit, so you can connect to it. Africans, they have their own culture and shit, but you see the white people, they don't have no culture in it. And every time, every white person that would talk about it, they have to talk about it like do some occult shit. And we already know all those occult people were copying these things. That's what they have to say. The ancients. Who the fuck are the ancients? Like, ain't nobody talking about ancients. When you say something is ancient, it means they're older than you. Like, you can't. You're not speaking for everyone. They're ancient to you.
Right,
Like,
like why the fuck all your occult shit is some shit having to do with Africa and fucking Native Americans and shit. Like
for real, it's like it ain't nothing to do with what's real. Like, like what they, and then all the information they get is like a copy. And then when they talk about the information, it's like they're deciphering it. It's not like something that, like, if I told you what your living room looks like, you're gonna tell me what it looks like. You're not gonna decipher what it could look like and what your mom told you it looks like. You like, you know what, you're in the living room, you doing it. Like, even when you hear about the Indians, they talk about their brahmacharya, they talk about the fasting, the yoga, the practices of yoga. The whole system is like something that they do, and they, even if you want to call it bullshit, yoga is a thing that exists, and they that you can practice, and has benefits in many people's life. A lot of the things, the practices they do have benefits. The only practice I can see white person do is like how to make money, and even then, even then, like most of their only a certain number, only some of their people can do that. Not everyone can do that. That's why you don't see every white person that can be a millionaire if they wanted to. They can just, hopefully they can hit the lottery, or probably get a lot of hours in Amazon, and then hope on that.
I'm laughing because it's like, are you kidding me? These are the type of people to look at other people like this. So they,
And then the only reason why they look at other people like they're more above them is because when you see a white person that they think they know everything, you can't just blame them. I blame every other race, especially black people, because black people, a lot of black people, they give them that fuel to make them, because a white person is only going to think, a human being is going to think what you lead them on to believe. Like, if somebody calls you a thief and you never stole, they never see you steal, they're not gonna call you that. But if they say, "Oh, you're a thief," and they see you steal and you're always showing them, then it's gonna make them believe. Like, the only reason white people, they think that there's somebody, is because of what they learn, and most especially how black people respond. Like, you'll see black people say, "You better go to college. You got to get out the hood and make it out the hood and go get this job working." All of that is owned by white people. So what do you expect? Obviously, a white person is gonna feel some type of way when only thing a stupid, dingy ass OG in the hood can tell you is to go to college and go to school. That's all you can tell me, nigga. Like, first of all, your ass just got out of prison for 10 years, yet you telling me go to college to not go to prison. Like, there's no other ways to not go to prison. Like, so you pretty much just showing that you don't know shit, nigga. And first of all, you don't even have to go to prison to know to go to college. Or, first of all, fuck college, fuck prison. They're both retarded. You don't need to go to either one of those and still be successful. But when you say dumb shit like that, and you just got out of prison, which is made by the white man, you were put in there by the white man, you got at telling somebody to go to another system that's a white man. Obviously, they're gonna think that they got something on. You see, it's like black people, other races is what does this. The European, they don't have any power like other races do. Other races, they have their own shit. They don't. The European is the only one they don't have their own shit. So therefore, they need other races. Like, if every other race were to go on their own, we'll survive a lot more compared to the white people. That's a fact. The only thing they can do is create a system of politics, and even then, their system don't even take care of their own people. That's why other white people have to pay taxes and pay rent. It's not like only black people pay rent or Mexicans, and if you're a foreigner, you're paying rent. No, it's white people pay rent too. Like I've never seen no system where white people don't have to pay rent, taxes, and shit, or they get all the benefits. I never seen that system. So they don't even
Right,
give a fuck about their own people. So it's like what's it's weird. And then you have white people be thinking that this system cares about them. Like oh they care about us and like they'll talk like this is their system and they create like first of all nigga, you niggas didn't create shit. First of all, all of this
bro.
shit was stolen from indigenous people all over the world. The way the system is, and even if let's just say white people did create it, it wasn't you, bitch. It was the motherfuckers who were running it, and they don't give a fuck about you. That's why you don't. That's why you don't get no benefits. You're not no
Right,
beneficiary of the system.
right.
Your
That's
tax
that.
dollars, my tax dollars aren't going into your pocket, nigga. They're going into Donald Trump's fucking crusty, greasy ass pockets.
Right. That's why when I was like, I was talking to the white woman. I was talking to a couple of them, and like they always bring up the fact that I don't know why, like they always have this feeling of calling the cops or something. But I was like,
A call on
bro,
you?
yeah.
The fuck?
I was like,
That's
I was like,
weird.
bro, I was like, bro, like I'm not even, I'm just messing around. I'm like, you think you the first thoughts and feelings you got is calling the police? Like, yo,
Yeah, like
son.
that's a damaged bitch right there. Like female like that, like because me, like I'm just very deep mind. I'm like, first of all, like if that's what you, I'm looking at it like, why are you even dealing with a man that you feel you need to call the cops on? What type of shit are you manifesting in your life, bitch? Like, first, don't look at it from her perspective. Like, you're with a man that you're getting thoughts where you have to call the cops. So, bitch, you must be in some type of mental fucking prison or hell. Like, how are you attracting men? You gotta like imagine if your dad knew you were with the man you have thoughts of calling the cops on. Your dad would look at you like a fucking whore. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, get your shit together. Like, so I'd be like, I will leave that bitch quick because that's a damaged bitch right there. Like, why do you have thoughts of calling the cops on a man that you with? Like, how are you with a man you don't want to be with? That's weird. Like, I don't need to be like a lot of men. They think they gotta be like a certain way for a female. You don't have to be anywhere. You just gotta be yourself and be you. And then there's gonna be a female that is gonna want to fuck with you. It's gonna be a female. It's gonna want to fuck. It don't even matter. Like, but if you think you gotta change for the female, then that's where like the problem you can never change because any female. First of all, like, why would a female even? Why would you need to change for a female? Whatever man she wants, can't she just go and get that man? If you want me to be 7'9", have $10 million in the bank, and fucking all this other extra shit that you said you want in a man, go and get that. Why don't I'm looking at like why don't you have that? Obviously, because and it's not like those men aren't out there. Because if a female says I need this in a man and she isn't with that man currently, you got to be like she can't get that man. That leads me to the fact you can't get him. And the only thing he give you, if you're even lucky, is some dick. But he ain't giving you no love. He's not giving you no attention. He ain't giving you what you were giving or what I would give you, or whatever. Well, I wouldn't get a bit shit, but unless you got something to offer me, and it's back and forth. I'm not a vampire, but I'm saying it's like it's a back and forth. I'm not gonna just give anything to a female, and I don't expect the same in return. But at the same time, like it has to be in harmony. It can't just be like one way or I'm just giving just so I can feel like I'm giving so I don't feel like a
Right,
vampire. No, if I feel like if I feel like I want to be a vampire, I'm either gonna be the vampire or I'm gonna get out of that relationship and be like, I don't want to do that to myself and disrespect somebody else. I'm not gonna ever pretend to try to be a good person. If I'm not feeling like a good person, I stay the fuck away from people, or I don't be a good person and I just fuck you over. That's how it is. Don't ever try to do. If you feel like you're not right, then go heal some more. Go back and don't be in a relationship, or just say fuck it and just do what you got to do and not give a fuck. But
right,
don't ever try to waste your energy on another individual because people aren't shit in this world like that. Everything needs to flow in harmony. It needs to flow. if it's not flowing, if it's not in harmony, then that's a problem. That's an issue, and you need to find a way how to make it flow.
Right. That's funny you say that because like I'm not gonna lie, like that situation happened in high school. I was like, oh, okay. I was making some shit that wasn't flowing.
Yeah.
And
Oh, it's high
and
school. You in high school? That's bitches is dumb in high school. I thought you, I keep kind of forgetting like you like the Gen Z because this ain't like if this happened like in your like 20 or like you're around my age, like that's right there when I just cut the bitch out. Like high school people, bitches like dumb. Like they don't really think and they're just young and dumb. So
well,
I
like high
yeah
school for me was like 3 years ago.
yeah
But
okay.
like but like yeah, it was like a lot of
This is
federal
crazy. Yeah.
it was like a lot of federal shit going on to where it was like they was on that fucking I'm gonna pick on the dude I like and like I don't know, it was weirdo. It was like some it was like
Yeah.
some fed shit. It was like some fed shit going on. Like I was like, okay, maybe this is what niggas talking about when they say white women, even though it wasn't just white women, it was like a Mexican girl too. Like
hmm
I was like, damn, what the fuck? Like, you feel me? I see what you're saying.
Yeah. I just stay away from anybody. But at the end of the day, like don't like look at it like it's like that's an experience. Like now you can learn from it. Like things like that
Yeah.
happen, make you what you are. Because better you go through that now than when you're like older down the line. You go through it and it probably can end up worse or something. Like the bitch actually does call the police. Like so like not to deal with it. You have like channels like mine like that I can tell you like how to like you don't want to put your energy into shit like that. Like I wouldn't even like. I'm not gonna tell you not to date or nothing like, cause I would never tell somebody. But like now is really not a time I would really be wasting my time looking for shit. Not because it's wrong to date, nothing wrong with it, but we have a lot of like, it's like a spiritual, mental. It's like a war right now, and people's minds are really compromised. People aren't themselves. Like I said, the social media is doing a
Oh man,
number on
bro.
people's
Bro,
brains.
every time I log into social media and look at people, I always look at certain people and I would always be like, bro, I don't fuck with you. I would never fuck with you a day in my life. Like,
hmm
like I could just look at their face. I'm like, oh my God, you just irk my spirit. Like, you just look like a motherfucker I would never hang around. Like,
For real, and you're starting to see it more because we in this shift, so you're starting to see it even more than you were before. Like it's something. It's because I like recently. I would say like recent the last few years is when I really started because there was at a time I really didn't get that feeling so much, but now it's like it's to a point where I feel the tension. Like if I don't like somebody, I can't even be around
bro,
this motherfucker.
bro, like, it's the same way with me. It's like, bro, I look at you like before it wasn't even like that. But now I'm looking at people, one good look at them, I'm like, I don't even get get away from get away from my space.
For real.
Dude, for real. Like bro, what?
It's
Like,
fun. I had this homie that I was cool with. His name was Malik. This was like back in 2023, and I think I told you guys about the dude. Like he was a cool. I remember because he was gonna have me be his beneficiary, or like he was gonna pay me like I think like a few hundred a month. 'Cause he has like some type of mental thing where they won't even allow him to have his own money. Like he literally will have to. He has to have a. I think it's called a payee, where all his government money goes to the payee, and the payee has to give him the money, but his payee wouldn't give him more money. This nigga was literally homeless. He had like 3,000 in his bank, and he was getting like 1,000 a month, and the payee would only give him like $50 a week. So he had all this money in his bank, and I'm like, why wouldn't she give him money? He's like, because he don't know how to spend money like that. I guess they deemed him not qualified, so he was trying to have me be his payee and shit. And I can kind of see why they put it because, like, I sold this nigga an MP3 player. Like he had common sense, but he could tell like I sold him an MP3 player and he lost this shit. And it's just all I could kind of see. But what they were doing was money was bullshit. So he was gonna have me be his payee and pay me like 500 a month just to manage his money and shit. The bitch ass niggas at the fucking social security office, like they're acting like I'm gonna run off with his money, like, oh, you can only do it with family, and they have to, and they're trying to put me through like an interview process and say, oh, you only known him for a little bit, you can't be his payee, and they wouldn't even allow me, even though he wanted me, they wouldn't allow him to do it. Like they wanted to keep because his payee worked at a social services agency, so they wanted a payee that was like qualified and verified and official. They couldn't just because it could be anybody he chooses, but they wouldn't allow me. I don't know why, but it was weird. And when I was that the reason I say this because that when I see this dude will always get into fights. He will always get kicked out of stores, and I'll be like, why are you always getting kicked out? Like he'll always get in a fight. And what the reason I'm mentioning this dude because it taught me a lot. Like I learned so much doing because when I would see this dude, like he would he's cool, but he had like a certain mental illness where he would talk to people, but he will come off as disrespectful without meaning to. So like I'm not even kidding. Like it like he'll he'll be talking like I remember we went to a gas station, right? We're gonna go get some food, right?
Hmm.
And he asked the lady like he only had 50 cents. No, he had $1, right? And he was gonna get a soda. And then the girl's like, it'll be $1.50. And then he was like, can you just pay for the 50 cents? And he was dead serious. And I'm like, he's like, why? Don't you have $5 there? He's like, I don't. He's like, she's like, you have $5 in your pocket. He's like, I don't want to spend it. I want to spend it for later. Can you just pay for it? Just pay for it. But he was dead serious. He wasn't like joking, like because like it don't really. He ain't dumb. Like he got common sense, but certain things he be saying. And she's like, what do you mean I don't pay for it? You gotta just pay for like. I'm like, this dude, he's dead serious. He's not like I'm like, this fine. I can pay for the 50. And then she was just like, I'll pay for it this one time, and she paid for it because she knew something was like. But there'd be other times where like he got ran out of the fucking this one place. Like they were gonna fight him because I guess there was like some girls that were like 16, and he asked a question, but he wasn't. He was just asking a normal question, and they thought he was doing some shit. So he was like, he got ran out of this place by a bunch of people, and I had to go and get him. Like, oh, he's cool. This because he was. I'm like, you can't just be talking to people like that. Like, it made me realize like, people. He and the things he was doing really wasn't that bad. We live in such a fucked up society, and people are so. What I learned from him is you don't me and you don't see it because we automatically know what to not say, but he didn't have that filter. So it'll be a I'll be like, how do you always get into these fights? But when I will hang out with this nigga, like it'll be a normal situation, but he'll say the wrong thing and these demons will just come out of people for no reason. And it made me realize like people are really pieces of shit because everyone they want to smile and oh what's good, bro. But if you say the wrong thing, like it could just turn south because he'll be getting into fights and I'm like, I don't even have problems like that. Like and but when I'm around him, he'll like say like it'll be like I said, there was these girls that were in high school. I think they're like 16 or something. And he said something, but he wasn't like it wasn't nothing sex. He asked a question, but it was like in a friendly way. But you can't really be doing that, nigga. And you like in your 30s and you don't know them, and because they got family, and I guess the family was like trying to fight him, and I was like, hey, no, he's cool. He just kind of like he's not all there really and shit. But it was because he said something to them, but it wasn't nothing sexual. He said something, and then they got hella scared and shit. I guess he made a joke, and then they got scared, and then they told somebody, like fucking retarded. Like people just so damn sensitive. Like, dude ain't gonna do shit. It was just funny though. It just made this nigga's face. He got in a hell of fights though. Like this nigga, I don't like. He got into a fight. I remember, and they hit him upside the head because I guess he asked a question, and then he called the dude a stupid bitch. But he didn't do it like when you call like I'd be like you stupid bitch. He won't do it like that. He'd be like, man, you're acting like a dumb bitch. he'll say it like he'll say it like it's like you're ordering a sandwich. Like it's
Yeah,
like bro, like
bro.
how I'd be like, what's good, Mysterio? Like he'd be like, hey, you're a bitch. Like he don't expect. I'm like, you can't just be saying
He
shit like that.
nah,
Like he
bro,
don't he
bro.
don't have like a filter.
I know. He probably got a fire Mercury.
he was
Um.
he was a Sagittarius.
Oh, that's why, bro. That's why. That's why he got into all them fights because Sagittariuses, they have a way of they can say any word, but they don't mean what they say. They
Mm,
just they because I got a Sag Mercury. People with Sag alignments, they could say one word, but they don't mean what they say. They put a different energy behind it.
mm.
Um, so he just need to learn that, certain words.
Yeah,
Well, yeah,
he did got. But it was one time though, like, 'cause I guess he fucking. I remember because he had
he
to go
he
to
do
this
sound
men.
funny. He does
What's
sound
that?
funny though. He does
His shit
sound
was
funny.
funny. He broke somebody. He was kind of crazy though, cause he broke. So he wanted. I guess he wanted some free. It was like a. It was like a YMCA place, and they were getting that free pizza or something. They said he went there, and he's like, because he called me saying they kicked him out, and he's in a police station or something because they arrested him. I'm like, what happened? He's like, I went to the place to go get some pizza, and they said I can't get pizza unless I sign up. Like they didn't give him pizza unless he was like part of the program, and he wasn't. And he got mad, and he fucking broke some lady's fucking like windshield and shit. He was like breaking, he was damaging all the cars in the parking lot, and I guess they
Mhm.
arrested him on that shit. But like, I guess they went easy on him because like he could have got like a worse charge, but and they knew he had like some type of mental illness or whatever. But like it was just like I could tell like it made me just realize like it made me in a way it kind of made me want to be more real with people, not to the extent he was doing, but it made me want to be more real. Like I'm gonna just be more real with these people. Like people like it kind of made me kind of motivate me like to be like, let me just be more real. I'm not gonna be as red back because I know he doesn't know what he's doing on a certain level. But like, it made me kind of be like, let me just be more real and stop with this all nice and giddy. And it kind of made me want to do that shit because when I seen it, that's why I brought up the story because it made me realize like, most people are so fake because you'll see like one moment everybody's cool that you just say the wrong thing, even when he'll apologize or something or he didn't mean it like that. They will still like try to be a dickhead and it just that's why I don't like once I see an individual and I see that like because there'll be times I'll say something and it'll come off the wrong way and then even if I apologize down the line I'll still see them do some passive aggressive shit and on my mind like I thought this shit was squashed or whatever but in my mind I should have been like no once I seen that then it's a wrap. I'm just not gonna fuck with you no more because people are like very mentally ill. Like I tell you, people are mentally ill. They don't look past shit. Everybody's trying to perform. Like when you go out in public, people are more concerned about how they look and what somebody thinks of them than they are with actually accomplishing their goals and mission in life. Everybody when they're dealing with people that goes out the door. Like they don't they could be a bum with no without no money, but they care about holding the door open and somebody saying thank you because of like the validation and how society is. So that kind of just made me think like it kind of made me just be more like I need to be more real. Like fuck that. Like it was like a huge eye opener just dealing with that, seeing that nigga and shit. And just shit
Man,
was
your
funny as
experience,
fuck though. That shit was funny.
your experiences is like I never heard that shit before in like no spiritual channel. Like, like, like I'm surprised nobody's making clips out of your videos and stuff like that. Like, like, bruh. And then, by the way, yeah, I appreciate the thing you brought up earlier about certain phenotypes and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Cause now that I really think about it, freaking, you know, when you go to a college campus and you go to a quote unquote PWI, for example, this is just an example. I know they got HBCUs, but
Mm-hmm.
when you go to a PWI, notice how everybody got this look on their face, no matter what the race is. They have this look on their face. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This and especially if they in
It
this, go
go
ahead.
ahead.
Yeah, especially if they in a frat, they got this look on their face and they got this certain talk. Whereas white man,
Exactly. And these people that have that type of look, and like you're saying, these are the people who are the most. These people that always angry when they're out in real life, not their school, not their work environment, but when they go into the real world. they have the most traumatic experiences because they think the world is supposed to bow down to them and follow their mental template. And when they go into the real world, that shit gets spit on by people like me. Like I don't give not physically spit on, but I don't give a fuck about your mind. I don't give a fuck about your degree. And my energy shows that. So it makes them feel angry and like, who are you? Like you're supposed to look at me like I'm somebody. Like I look at Albert Einstein like he's a master at science. You should look at me as a mini Albert Einstein, and you don't. Fuck you. Like that's how they. That's why they. These are the people that when they go into real life, they get them go through the most traumatic shit because they think life is supposed to be a certain way and it's not, and they just create this mental hell of anger, resentment, even racism, depending on their race. Like they just have because they feel like that life is supposed to be what they are, but no, nigga, like that is actually the people who you learn that from. They don't even give a fuck about that mindset. They use that mindset to control you and make money. You're using that mindset so you can fucking have security in their bullshit system and not even really secure. There's people out there who don't have your mind who have security. So you're just doing it for the look and your validation, and you feel you need to be somebody. But we're in a different time. Like no one gives a shit about your degree. That shit is pointless. No one cares
Right.
about what you think you are, or your political stance, or how many college degrees you. That shit is dumb. Like no one cares about that shit.
Right. Right.
They
And
don't
they
even hire you. One more thing, like what's it called? What's that? Indeed, I think it's in one of these job hiring sites. They
indeed,
just made
yeah.
they made a fucking. I heard like I
LinkedIn.
seen something that they said they're getting rid of the job. When you upload a resume on that site, they're not going to ask you how many years of experience you went through. They don't even care about that shit no more because none of that really means anything. Like the degrees, how many years of experience only matter in what's important. Life experience. What were you doing? You can have 10 years of experience, but you can still be lame as fuck and not know what the fuck you're doing. Like, a lot of the shit people think that matters, it doesn't matter no more. That's why they're getting rid of a lot of shit like years of experience. All the people who work 20 years of some shitty ass job, oh, they got rid of years of experience. Now I can't show them. Like, no one cares about that shit. No one cares about your degree. That's why you got that expensive degree and you work at Starbucks and you're in debt and you defaulted on your loans. That like no one cares about that shit. They say, oh, I can't get a degree and I have two masters and a bachelor's. Bitch, who the fuck are you? You're somebody I wouldn't even want to talk to or even look at. You have a fucking attitude. You think you smart. You think you this, but yet you can't even get any type of stability without having a degree, which no one would even look at your degree as important. So,
Bruh.
bitch, you're nobody.
Bro, that's funny you say that because like every person I knew who that went to college, well, every black person I knew, they dropped out of college. They was like, fuck this shit. But
Yeah.
like, but like every white person I knew who went to college, they was depressed, they was stressed, they went join the frat, they went go party. I'm like, I'm like, this is what college is talking about.
And then they
Like,
expect people to hire them. But like, I'm looking like if I own a fucking if I own a Samsung corporation like develops technology or develops cabinets or whatever,
mhm,
I would and I was looking at hiring people in my business. Most of these Gen Z just out of college, I'm like, I wouldn't even hire them. And the only reason I would hire them is because I felt sorry and I want to, but they don't have I don't trust all these Gen Z that complain about having a degree and I don't trust them because if you look at all this, first of all, you go on your social media and you talk about how you hate the system and fuck working, but yet you have a degree. Obviously, if the employer sees that, they're not going to want. They're just going to look at you as a liability. They're just paying because what it is like a lot of these people that they want to get a degree, sit in front of a computer, go on TikTok and type a bunch of documents and expect to get paid six figures. Like that's not how the corporate world works. If you go into these corporate places, you have to be innovative. Like it's stressful as fuck to work. Like if you work at Google, right, and they're paying you like $300,000 a year, that position you have to be like they're gonna work you to the bone. Like you're not it ain't no easy. You just go there and no, you have to be innovative and learn how to fucking build on. Like for example, like there's a website. How can you make Google better? They want you thinking like that.
For them.
What can you do to make it better? Not, oh, you go there and you type these documents and do what we tell you. No, it's like you gotta. It's like if you're an engineer, you gotta learn how do I can make this. How can I make a better component to this device to make it go faster in next year's model? You got to know how to be on that level. Not, oh, somebody gives me
Ooh.
the blueprints and I just copy it and build it and I put it together like a Lego set. No, you got to learn how to create the instructions and make it better. And if there's flaws, and nobody has to tell you that. You have to know how to do it on your own, and you have to do your own research and your own learning on your own time. A lot of these people, they don't understand it, so they'll get a degree. Oh, no one wants to hire me, but they don't thoroughly understand and know like the ins and outs of even working at a shitty corporate job that you hate, but they paying you a lot of money. You still got a Tesla and all. You still got to be, unless you just want to work at McDonald's, then you can work. But you're not getting paid 300K a year out of corporation, and it's just easy work. They're not. No corporations giving that amount of money to anybody without you putting in some effort. And man, even then, they can lay you off anytime because if your products you're making aren't making the money, then that's when layoffs come in, and then they have to remove the whole division. And anybody who's working in that division, they get them out of there because they're not making them enough money because they're not efficient. So they need to save money. They got to get rid of them and then save that money and hire other people, or just get rid of that. Say you guys are useless and put robots in there. That's what's happening because
They use a robots. Yeah, y'all doing all this work in college just to get replaced by a robot. Chat
for real.
GPT.
And what you know what's fucking criminal? What's criminal? Why the hell does college even exists? Like, if they're telling you they're replacing everything with robots, like, why is it still even possible to apply for college? How can you keep?
Money.
You shouldn't even be able to get financial aid. That's financial suicide right there. Getting financial aid for school, because how do you even know? Like they tell you, they talk about financial risk. Don't invest in stocks and Bitcoin until you do your research. But if you do your research on taking out a federal education loan, it literally doesn't make sense with AI, with all the layoffs going on and other shit. That's not a financially smart decision to take out, but yet they'll still tell you to go to college and take out a loan. But then when it comes to investing like stock market, which I'm not saying you should do, they will say that's a financial risk and do your research. Shouldn't people do their financial research for taking out a federal loan? And why can't they give me a fucking loan to own my own business? Is it so easy to get a loan to go to college but not open a business?
Right. Right.
And then they'll
Right.
say they'll give you the loan and then they pay for it and they'll probably give you a little bit of money for spending money. But why can't they just, even when you get a loan for business, why can't they just why can't they just use the money, buy the business, buy the products, and then you sell it, and then when you make the money you pay them back? Because like they don't want to put people on their feet, they want to just keep them fucking down.
That shit. That shit a whole scheme. And you want to know what's funny? I looked on the internet. I'm like, okay, what is this college stuff talking about? Bro, there are free college courses online on YouTube.
For real, you can learn how to do all of that shit. You don't have to pay for it. Even when you see these financial, like how to make money, that's a scam of financial. Like, no one can teach you how to make money. Like, because when they tell you like the financial stuff, like, oh, take my course to learn how to make money, it doesn't make sense. But anyway, in order to really, the only way to make, unless you're doing something illegal, if you're doing something that's legal and you're making money, it's about the amount of attention that you can attract to your product. You can't teach anybody, or it's not, there's nothing you can teach somebody to make you be able to make something that's attractive to people. So when a guy says, somebody says, oh, we're gonna join my class for $10,000 and we'll teach you how to get rich, you can't teach somebody how to get rich, because unless you're gonna do something illegal, like you have to develop a product. Like it's all a scam. I don't, I don't get it.
At this point, I'm just going to college. At this point, I'm gonna just show up to college, make content,
Yeah,
ask questions.
I'm not telling you not to go to college. If you want to go to college, if you want to get your, I'm
Well, I'm
not
not.
telling you do
I'm
what
not.
you
I'm
gotta
not.
do. Oh.
I'm not going to college per se. It's like trade, but
Yeah,
like I'm
do
talking
what you
about.
do. I'm not gonna tell you like what not to do at all. Because like do what if you feel like that's what you need, then do it. But I'm just saying from what I would choose and my
Oh yeah,
advice.
for sure.
But everyone is different. Like it might work out for you. Like all I gotta say is listen to your spirit. Your spirit
Right,
knows more than whoever told you to go to college, and knows more than what I'm telling you to or to not. That's what you need. You need to go get into a silent, deep state of like this meditative state and just be like, should I go to this trade school? And it's gonna play out in life. Sometimes you might get an answer, but you will know in due time if you should go or if you shouldn't. Like any big decision, you should always ask yourself, and that fuck what anyone says. What I say, what
yeah,
you ask yourself, and don't just what you don't want to do is just go off the decision based upon how you feel or what society says or what a video like go on what you really need to do because what you
right,
like you could feel like eating a hamburger but do you need it for your the unhealthy reasons for it or you could feel like going to go commit a crime but you don't need to do that so you can
right,
feel like going to trade school but do you really need to that's why every decision you make needs to be based upon what the spirit is telling me, which is you, is telling me. Like, don't ever operate off anything other than what the spirit, which is you, is telling you. Like, don't just go based upon because that's how you get yourself into like shit, and you end up taking longer to get because where you need to be in life could just be right around the corner, but you do all this other shit. You take all these other detours, and you make the wrong turn. Like you're driving down the street, you took a wrong exit. Now you got to go find the next exit, which is 3 miles, and then come back. Which is you could have just took this exit if you made the right. So it's like you want. That's why you don't want to just go blindly and listen. You want to go.
right,
You want to listen to within.
right, right. Exactly, exactly. But yeah, I was just saying that because I was gonna make content out there at these colleges and look at
Mm-hmm.
people's retarded ass minds and be like,
Yeah,
"Hey guys, my whole personality is drinking, partying, getting fucked."
for real.
um, and
Like
then you go ahead,
no. Go ahead. I was gonna say something, but you go ahead.
and then like you do have a point where it's like a crowd of suburban kids who really hasn't got really exposed to nothing, and they just out here doing what their parents told them or the system or yeah, like the suburban white kids. um and it's like it's that NPC. They really embody that NPC energy. Like, go ahead, my
Yeah,
bad.
you're right. I was just using the bathroom. I just muted it because I didn't
Oh
want you to hear all the shit. I was just using the bathroom. But what were you saying again? You said something about the NPCs.
yeah, I was saying like that college is like that suburban kid energy where it's like NPC,
Yeah, a
do
lot of
what you're
those.
told.
Yeah, a
Like they
lot of those kids in colleges are retarded. Like most of the reason they're even in colleges, their parents forced them to go, and because a lot of them could grow up in like rich white families, or if you do see a nigga in the hood going there, they'll probably be the ones that are more successful than the most of the white college because the one in the hood they're even more programmed because they feel like they've made it because I made it and I'm out the hood, I'm the first one in my family, so they're the
Man,
nigga in the
some of
hood
these
gonna
colleges be in
yeah.
the hood. Like I'm some of these colleges be in the hood. Like real for real for real. Like some of these colleges be like the suburban area of the hood. Like
Mm-hmm.
the surrounding area is a hood, but you got this big ass college. I'm like, what? But
Yeah, they do all that shit by design. The hood really ain't like the hood ain't really like how they say it is. Like they try to make it like, oh, this is by the hood. Like you'll see like a police station and it'll be like right down the street from the hood, but there'll still be crime. Like the hood ain't really the hood they control the hood. Like the hood is a controlled like environment area. It's not like the hood is reckless. Like if you look at even like the killings in the hood is mainly to do with black on black shit, which they create. Once the hood start killing white people and police officers and working class people, white collar, like once there's a lot more you watch, you go see the hoods get shut down. There'll probably even be no hoods, or people will be gone from the hoods because they'll be in jail and they'll be like doing mass, like they allow this shit to go on, like they allow it. It's
Right.
all it's all so like when you see something by a hood, don't be like, oh, this is about a hood. Like the hood is a controlled environment, just like anywhere else. It's like they just allow the chaos to go to kind of get crazy there. But if they really, this is why every time like you'll have somebody selling drugs, but then 10 years later it'll be different people selling drugs. They do sweeps on it. It's always like it's always sweeps, or they'll it's always the same shit. Like they do drug raids and but if they're really doing a real drug raid, it'll be like China or some shit or Japan where there's barely, if not any, drugs there because they really did or they stopped the shit coming in the country. So it's all controlled. They allowing guns to come in. They allow drugs to come in. The moment they want to shut it down, there won't be no drugs and guns. But that's money. If they do that, that's trillions of dollars that they're losing. If they cut the
Right.
drugs and the guns off, that's a lot of fucking money. And
Right. But I'm gonna head out. You feel me?
yeah,
Also, one thing I'd also say, about when you said like that, like the white motherfuckers you do fuck with, white people look at them weird. Um, yeah, I would always attract them. They was always cool and stuff like that. And they always mess with like people of color and stuff like that, black people, you feel me? And they like wasn't super weird about it. Cause like, I had my fair share of experiences being with white people and they would kind of like make a joke about other races and stuff like that. Like, ha ha, you're black,
yeah,
slavery.
that's one thing that I would say like some racist shit. And
Or
I'm like, yeah,
they might say something about Asian people. Oh, you eat dogs. Or oh, ha ha ha. Look at your breakfast walking across the
yeah.
street. Like what? Hmm.
And then they act like oh we're just playing or it's not real or it's just it's all like fuck that shit. Like don't say no racist shit to me like or it's gonna go up like. But like back then when I was like younger, they'll just do it like oh we just joking like that shit ain't no joke though. Like that shit is not no joke at the end of the day. Like you don't say no racist shit to me like. But that was back when I was younger. I was just taking it as like oh he's joking or whatever. But
No,
yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
but
yeah. I definitely see what you're saying, and I notice a pattern. The more spiritual people tend to do be people of color, no races,
or or just look at it like this: people that are more street smart.
or street smart. Yeah,
Look at it street smart. Street smart is having knowledge due to experience that's outside the system. So anytime when you're not within the system or any of their programs like college, certain degree 9 to 5 work, like somebody from the hood who never worked, who grew up in the hood and is in his 20s and he sold drugs and when he was young, he barely had kids. Even though he had disadvantages, if he's able to make it into his 20s and then and play it smart and tap in with self, he's gonna have more knowledge. Even like if he's able to get out of that lifestyle of drugs and selling dope and make it to his 20s and not be in those systems, that's a more powerful spirit than somebody who grew up indoctrinated. So, but the thing is, they have to have the intelligence and wisdom to get out of that shit and to not be doing a crime or selling the drugs for longer than what it needs to be. If they can get
right,
out of that and build something from that, they don't have they're not their brain isn't tainted because when you go to college or when you work too much at certain these certain 9 to 5s, even these shitty ones, like it taints your brain and it programs you through how life should be and you, without you even knowing it. So you think like even this is why I have a lot of the knowledge and wisdom I have is because I haven't I've never went to college or nothing. I never like even when I was in school, I never really went. Like I went, but I didn't go like that. I'd never really been, and even in my life, I'm like in my 30s, I barely worked. Like I probably worked no more. I never worked a whole year in my life. I only, and I'm not saying like a whole year at a job. Like throughout all my jobs, I've never worked more than like 4 months throughout my whole life. So like I've never worked at a 9 to 5 more than 4 months. cumulatively, not just one job and another job I worked 4 months. Like that's all the jobs combined. I've never so like I don't have that program shit in my mind. So I and like all the shit, like even like all the things I've done, like how I got it. I'm not saying I've done illegal shit, but like even like stuff that I did legally, like it will be from family. Cause I have family who own businesses and do like things that I move around and I was able to do that I never really had to be in this shit. So I'm able to. I don't have that much indoctrination. So when I see an experience happen to me, I don't have a lot of bullshit that filtering out the experience because I didn't go to college. I haven't been stuck at a routine like a 9 to 5 for so long. I've always had time to think and be to myself. Like most people, they've been to college, they've been to all these programs, they went to these clubs in high school. They were so invested in shit. So when they go through an experience, they have a lot of filters that block off a lot of intelligence that they need to experience. So this is why they can't tell you nothing. They can't. They don't. They think they don't have nothing to really draw upon. Like nothing is like they haven't lived life, and it's not like because me I've done a lot of shit and I've been through and did things. That's the main thing. Like because all those years I wasn't going to I was doing things. I wasn't just sitting in the house. Like I went and did things and I had certain experiences that and even the times when I had it, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing at the time. I just was going through it.
Right.
Even
Right.
like when it comes to my health and mental health and all of that shit, like I've been through like hella shit mentally where I didn't like it was just I don't really want to get into it, but like it's just crazy. And I'm not saying like you gotta go through shit or I'm so important because I've been through shit. I'm just telling you like when you go to college, it taints your fucking mind. And this is why I see 99.9% of people who do go to college are retarded. And the ones that do have some type of intelligence and wisdom, and the ones who do have some intelligence and wisdom, these niggas like it's because they did something that has nothing to do with college. Like maybe they went to college, but they deprogrammed themselves. And they had certain experiences, and they really tapped in with self. So even though they go to college, they were able to bypass all that shit and realize it. So that's what I'm talking about. Like, cause I even like when I see people in my family who did go to college, like I have siblings, and they went to college more than me, and they stuck to it. They believe like they're like I'm the only one out of all of them that they believe what's on the TV. Like even though I'll talk to them about this spiritual shit, they will still see something on the news and talk about it like in a way they want you to talk about it. Like I'm like you can't see through this no matter how hard I try. Like how can I see through it? Like we all grew up in the same household growing up because I'm related to them. Like so how did they not see it? It's because they have a lot of pro because they went to school, they went to college, they have these other like it's just crazy. So it's a lot of that
I went to college head ass, so I should deserve something in life.
for real. Like nobody
but
told you to waste your time at that shit. That's
but
all
yeah,
it's not even just the money. Like imagine how many people waste their fucking time. Like all the days spending up for final, staying up, studying for final, driving the gas money, driving to the campus, staying at a fucking in a classroom for 3 hours, 4 hours, probably even 8 hours a day. Just to take you can't even use this degree. Like you wasted all that time. You could have been doing even if you were a crackhead getting high for 8 years of your life, and then you got sober. And let's just say if I was smoking drugs and partying and getting high for 8 years. That's a better spent 8 years than going to college and never getting nothing out of it, no degree or nothing. Because at least the drug addict and the dude who partied, he could go to rehab, he could fast, he can heal, he can cleanse his body and get back on track. But at least he had fun those 8 years. You didn't have fun those 8 years. You were stressed out doing all that, and after those 8 years, you realize it's bullshit. Now you got to go start from ground
man,
one.
man, it's like at this point, it's not even white people that's going hard for this college shit. It's
It's
like
black people.
immigrants. It's black people. It's immigrants. Man, them Indians is going hard for that shit, super hard. They like, bro, like they going. This is come from my personal experience. Like every other Indian family is like preaching college and
Yeah,
uh
it's not it's a foreigner thing. Even African foreigners, like because a lot of people they say it's an Indian, it's an Asian thing. It's a foreigner thing. 'Cause my dad is African, and when I see other African families that my dad was cool with and we went to the parties, it's a huge emphasis on going to college. So a lot of people who aren't foreigner and that are black or they're white or they're not a foreigner, they'll think that it's only Indian and Asian thing. No, it's a foreigner type of thing. Because every African in my dad's family, like 99% of their kids are in college. They're doctors or lawyers or they're somebody. And my dad would always tell me, "Oh, be a doctor. You need to be a lawyer." Like even when I said like I want to go to school for this shit, but I don't know. I told him I wanted to go to school for something because he was all telling me, "What do you want to go to school for?" And I forgot what trade it was. It was some other shit. I think it was like I wanted to work in like I don't know what the fuck it was. It was like some other shit like sound production or video editing. Like, it was some type of technology type of shit. Just I was gonna choose something. Why don't you go be a doctor or a lawyer or something? Like it's a foreigner thing. It's not just Asian and Indian. Like if you're a foreigner, cause they have that program set up. The whole concept of coming to America and going to school that was created by the white man. So when you see an Indian and an Asian and an African and they put that on their kids, it's not because that person wants to. It's because they want to be a part of this white man system, and this white man ain't letting anybody come in this country unless you're doing something productive to help build it, because they need this system built. So they don't want you coming here being a McDonald's worker. That's why anybody who doesn't have, like you'll say, well, Indians, they smarter. The foreigners come here, they're smart. No, there's a lot of dumbass foreigners in their country. If you go to India, if you go to China, there's a lot of dumbass
They
people.
be
Just
they be out here fucking on animals and shit.
yeah, but they only allow the intelligent ones to make the cut to come here. Like they put you through so many loops and holes, and if you fuck up, like if you get a felony and you don't have your citizenship or something, they can deport you and you can lose all your benefits. If you like, this is say if you're Asian or Indian and you commit a crime and it's a felony, because this one Indian nigga I knew, he got a felony because he stole some shit from this nigga's house in high school, and they were gonna deport him back to fucking India. But I guess he didn't. He
Damn.
didn't get a felony. They dropped it like a misdemeanor or something. So he didn't. He wasn't able. They didn't deport him, but he would have gotten sent back and lost all his benefits and everything. Like, so they make it work. This is why you don't see that many Asians and Indians in jail like that, because literally they're not. They deport them, or they have an incentive to not do shit. And usually when they come over here, they already have a plan on what the fuck they need to do. It ain't because they're more this or that. No, it's because the way they have it set up, they can't really make them. If they make a mistake like a nigga in the hood, they get deported back. That's why you don't see no Asian people in here like that. You don't see that shit.
Oh, okay. So they rigging statistics and making it seem like, oh, this demographic. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, because pretty much why if an Asian and Indian, if they're so smart because they come into America and going to school, why don't they just stay in their ass in their country and be a doctor and a lawyer? India needs more doctors and lawyers than America at this point. If you've seen India, have you seen Asia, Africa? They could stay their ass there and be a doctor. Look in Africa, like be a doctor there. Why you gotta come to America? It's because you ain't smart. Because if you were smart, you were able to create your own medical system in Africa. If you were smart, you just trying to use the white man system, and they're gonna give you some money and tell you what to do. That's it. You ain't shit really. Like that's what I'm saying. Like
Mhm. That's funny. That's funny because I was talking to a chick. She said she wanted to be a doctor, but she was white though.
most people, this is why like like think like all these people they say they want to be doctors, but yet look at the healthcare. The healthcare system is complete shit. Ain't nobody. The healthcare system is horrible. Ain't nobody getting healed. There's no cure for cancer, and we already know like true health is in being holistic and natural. But let's just speak for their sake. They want to make it look like oh, being a doctor is such a good thing, but I don't see any doctors doing anything really. Like unless you're like a heart surgeon or brain surgeon, you ain't shit. If you're fucking working at Kaiser and you're a pediatrician for some fucking kids, like all they pay you do is a fucking dangle little boys balls and assholes and shit through physicals and fucking give people Vicodin and medication that's gonna kill them, bitch. Like that's not no doctor. You just fucking playing with nuts all day and giving people pills, and prescribing people poison. That's not a doctor. At least if it's
Gotta
a
put
brain
a
surgeon.
gotta put a thing on somebody's booty hole.
For real.
Yeah.
At least for real, like giving a prostate exam and giving out poison. That's not a doctor. At least if you're a brain surgeon or heart surgeon, I respect that. Chiropractor, I respect the chiropractor.
But anyway, bro,
Yeah.
I gotta go.
All right then, man. I hit you up.
Yeah,
Just I'll
but
be on again.
my last words are, as further am I progressing in my spiritual journey, I realize like, this spiritual shit, it takes time, and you develop a purpose. And that purpose comes with awareness and being what I'm aware of. I do attract certain types of people, you feel me? And what you said earlier is like one of those things where it's like, I notice a pattern in my life where it's like there's some deep shit to it. You feel me? Like my
Yeah.
spirit, I notice my spirit, my name is Mysterio for a reason.
Yeah.
Like,
You don't have to put everything into words. The fact that you know it, just act upon it and know it. Something because we
right,
got to remember we speak in a language that's kind of bad. It's like bastardized. So
right,
you can't really. Some things is hard to be put into words, and it don't need to be. The fact that you're aware of it, you know it, just act upon it and do you. And I know what you mean. That's really
right.
what.
Right. All I gotta say is just realizing with my spirit why I hang around certain types of groups and demographics and races, and my spirit attract those people.
Yeah,
It's not even like no, I'm trying to look for it. It's like, it's just a help spirit or spirit help me type energy and
yeah.
shit. And
I look at the individual. Like to be honest, I don't fuck with any race specifically. Black people, I don't fuck with white people. I don't fuck with next any other race. I don't like the person individually is what I look at. I only bring race into it just to as like a point as a talking point to show you about like the phenotype and how everyone is different and how it plays into race. But in terms of like just in general, like I don't fuck with black people, white people, any damn near any race specifically. There's people that you like you black I'm cool with. There's other black people I know personally I'm cool with. Even white people, even though it's very few, and I'm cool with any. I've said through my life that I have been cool with that. Done that. I'm cool like that, but I don't look at like a specific race I'm for or not. But I pick
yeah,
up certain things
yeah,
I don't even mean to just be hateful on white people because black people have a lot of issues too. Like especially ever since I moved out here to Atlanta, I noticed like because I noticed back in California, it's more so black people are more laid back, more chill, and more they more don't give a fuck about the system. Out here in the South in Atlanta, black people are like they seek mental validation from this colonial system,
yeah,
like subconsciously in a way, like they try to build black power, black this and black business, but it's like a front for the validation they seek. Like, why do you have to say a black business? Every business has to pay taxes to the IRS, so there's no such thing as a black business. Your business is paying taxes to that white man. So shut the fuck up about black business. If your business has to pay taxes, are gonna take your black ass to jail. So there's no black business. Every business is a white business because you get in the only reason that they allowing you to open a business and call it black business is because you're making them rich by paying that taxes that you have to pay. So there's no black business. But see, they try to it's a black business. We have our black shit, and you'll see a lot more black police officers here. You see more black people working a store, and they try to act like that's where the black that ain't black power because you have black people in these colonizer positions. This is why I heard somewhere like Atlanta is one of the most surveilled cities. The reason is because they got niggas fucking fake running it. They're allowing niggas to do what they're doing. This is why you come to Atlanta, you see a lot of black people as police. You see black managers, black business owners. It's because they're allowing it for a certain time being. So they're going to surveil it to make sure that you're on point. They're obviously going to look at a city with black people in certain positions. Even when you go to the political office in Georgia, you watch the news anchor. It's all black people, black mayor, black congressman, black. There's so much black influence in these positions. So obviously they're gonna surveil it more than a city like fucking Albuquerque,
Oh no, not even Albuquerque, freaking
fucking whatever.
Nashville,
Like
Nashville, Tennessee. Because I'm not gonna lie, Nashville, Tennessee, pretty white. But
yeah,
I'm with you on that tip. I really mess with individuals individually. But all I just say is I'm just noticing a pattern
mm-hmm.
and a pattern in my life. And I just had to take a step back, like without getting lost in the race. Like, what the hell? Like,
Yeah,
because I had friends with like that's all type of different races and shit, or people I was cool with. But yeah,
yeah. I feel you though. Just it is what it is.
but yeah, I'm gonna peace out. You
All
feel
right, then
me?
Mysterio.
Stay
Yep.
spiritually
Stay up.
protected,
Yep.
and I'm gonna stay on this queue on.
Yeah, for sure. Shout out to my nigga Mysterio. Yep. I'm gonna head out too. I might say last few things, but yeah. Shout out to the third view. What's good with it? Yeah. All this black business shit. That shit's kind of crazy. And I'm not saying you shouldn't have a business and be black. Don't get me wrong. You should have a business because it supports you. You makes you money. Like, but all this whole black business, like, I'm not just going to a business because it's black. To be honest, I've gone to more black. I've gone to more businesses that weren't black than black. Most black businesses I go to are unprofessional as fuck. I remember I seen it. I went to this business. It was a truck, and on it was owned by black people. On the sign, it was like, "Keep the talking to a minimum. Just hurry up and order your food." I'm like, why the fuck would you want to put that on your fucking like? I don't know. Like when I go to black businesses, they're unprofessional. Even out here, I go to the post office. The post office out here closes at 4 o'clock. The post office is supposed to close at 5 o'clock. I went to the post office, right? It says 5 o'clock on the fucking Google. I go to the post office. This dumbass motherfucking it's all closing the post office. I'm like, I thought it closed at 5. Oh, we close at 4. But it says 5. Change it to 4 on the thing. And every post office in America is supposed to close at 5. The first time I ever witnessed it closing at 4 is when I come to a post office that's ran by black people. That's what I'm saying. Every place I go, when it's ran by black, they always have unprofessional. Not all of them. Like there's only one probably business I went to that's a black business that was all right. But all of them, they always act unprofessional. They have an attitude and they don't do shit. It's just weird. I'm doing well, my nasty place on my head. Oh yeah, yeah. Sorry about your nephew passing away. Things happen in life, so it's just the whole flow of life. But it's good you going on a trip, and hope you enjoy that shit. Yeah, I see. You say you went kayaking. You went kayaking on that one trip. That shit looked kind of fun going kayaking. I might have to try that out one day. Looks fun. I'm doing good. I'm doing very good. I'm just chilling right now. Yeah, I'm about to start another fast tomorrow. I just finished it was like a 7 day fast. A couple days ago I finished it. I'm gonna do another one. Like I'm trying to get like because I'm really trying to get to a. Oh, it was a young baby. Okay, yeah, but yeah, sorry about that what that happened. But what's it going to say? Like, I just finished a fast, but I feel like it's getting a little bit more easier because this 7 day fast was very easy. So I'm building up the energy. Like I'm going building up where I was before. So I'm gonna keep going and keep doing my thing. And yeah, he was 9. He said he was. Oh, he was 9, but he was born premature and had Okay, okay, I get it. I thought it was a premature like premature death that happened. Okay, wow. Yeah, I never really heard of that before. Like somebody being premature and having like to 9. Usually, I thought they like pass away, but yeah, Yeah, rest in peace to your nephew though. Yeah, yeah, but yeah, I'm doing all right though. I'm just chilling. I'm just yeah, some shit happened to me a couple days ago. I was at I'll probably tell you guys a little later. I'm gonna wait a few more months before I disclose what happened. I'll wait a few more months. I don't know if I wanna. It's not that I like. It's something that's secretive. It just what happened. I don't know who watches YouTube because we got a lot of dumbass motherfuckers on YouTube. So you don't know who's watching it, and that's why I kind of reluctant to say what happened because it's like, yeah, I'm just gonna keep it at that. I just don't want to say what happened because you never know who's watching this. It's nothing like, oh, I don't know. I'm not gonna say anything. Yeah, but I don't know. Okay, premature. Going to be keep going nature this week. Okay, that's what's up. Yeah, I did some qigong this morning. I did a tense. It was a pretty intense. I did this one a little longer than normal. Usually I do 30 minutes. This one I did an hour, so it was really rejuvenating. But I think I'm gonna end this live. But I really like. Yeah, I went into that. I didn't even expect this live stream to be. This is a long live stream. Like my live streams were like either really short or really long. So you might want to catch it from the beginning. But I think I'm gonna go off. I've been out here for almost 4 hours canoeing. Yeah, there's a lot of things I'm trying to do like that. Yeah, I'm gonna probably find a place to do all that around here. But all right then. Yeah, I'm out, guys. But I'll probably be on tomorrow, the day after, because I'm starting my fast tomorrow. So probably the day after tomorrow, I'm gonna because this fast I really want to document. I want to do this next fast and document it and show you guys in action all the way up to like day 21, like the progress I'm getting. I really want to show you guys that. But I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna end this. I'm gonna end this live stream and I'm out. Peace.